Pound Law on your cell phone, pound 529, or visit forthepeople.com on your phone or computer from the comfort of your own home. Let us get to work for you. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hi, this is Larry Steinhaus, and I want to let you know that I buy houses. I buy houses from people that may be a tired landlord, maybe somebody who's having trouble selling their house, or maybe someone who needs to sell their house quickly. Well, all you need to do is call 855-939-1137. That's 855-939-1137, and I promise to answer the phone and help you with your situation. That's right, your house may be cluttered. It may be a house that a relative left you, or it may just be a house you just want to get rid of. 855-939-1137.
Head on down to Citizens Bank Park on Friday, August 22nd at 6:45 when the Phils host the Nats, and fans 21 and over receive a City Connect Miller Lite floppy hat. Grab tickets now at Phillies.com. No shade. Kids 14 and under will love the Brady Plus Trey Turner Performance sunglasses they'll receive on August 24th at 1:35 when the Phils host the Nationals. Order tickets now at Phillies.com.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-700-6898. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-700-6898. That's 800-700-6898. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-700-6898. 800-700-6898.
WPHT, WPHT HD, WOGL HD3, Philadelphia. Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Piazza Premium Automobile Studios.
Powering your drive with 10 brands and 20 locations.
Free speech lives here. It's Kayal and Company on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
And away we go, live on this Thursday, August 7th. It is indeed Kayal and Company right here on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT. We are always live on the free Odyssey and iHeartRadio apps, and of course streaming live for your video viewing pleasure over on YouTube as we head until 10 o'clock this morning. 855-839-1210. That is the phone number. On social media at 1210 WPHT. I am at Nick Kayal, Kayal. Dawn Stensland with the news. Greg Stocker, the chairman of the board. Phil Almquist is out today. We've got Andrew Torres and Jimmy Kelly in today on a Thursday, which means Jimmy Fala is coming up at 8:30 this morning. Dawn, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. Football's back tonight. The Eagles.
Woo! Bengals.
Yeah. Preseason football.
Oh, God. Dozens of people are going to be interested in that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, practice is sold out.
Is it?
No, for Sunday it is.
Oh,
What's tonight? And you can still go to it in person? I doubt it.
Go to what? The game?
Yeah.
Yeah, why wouldn't you be able to go to the game? Not going to be sold out.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Are you sure?
Season game will be 38 people there.
Even the practice is sold out for Sunday.
Yeah. The practices always sell out.
I know.
Hello, Gregory.
Hi. Boy, I watched South Park. But they destroyed Christine Nome.
No.
She went around and shot dogs.
No.
It was amazing.
Are we able to play that today?
I'll
Or
play
will
a
we get
little.
flagged?
I'll play a little bit of the audio.
Oh, but no video?
But yeah, we can't do video. Sorry.
How did she look?
She always looks good.
I know.
Yeah,
but South Park is
very
low budget.
Fit.
South Park
Plastic.
probably just superimposed her face on like a stick figure, right?
No, they did a good job.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't give any effort to making Trump a few weeks ago, right? Then they just like take a picture of his head and stick it on like a random body.
They
kind of weird.
They kept that theme going too.
All right.
I mean, it's not kind of weird. That's what South Park
what
does.
they do.
Yeah. We have a lot to get to.
They continued that theme with Trump and Satan. This time, J.D. Vance brought baby oil.
Did he get it from Diddy?
It's good.
Go ahead.
Come on, snowflakes. It's fun to laugh at this stuff, isn't it?
I think
Come on. F your feelings, right?
I didn't see it. I saw the first one with my sons.
Stalker's going to be the one taking the bullets in the chat today.
I love it.
I
love it.
I'll be nice and have a good attitude today, and I won't get mad at anybody. I'll let you deal with all the guff today, Stalker.
Guff.
The guff. Great underused word. So we have a lot to get to today. A big take on RFK Jr. against vaccines. We talked about it a little bit yesterday with that one clip that we played in the cut sheet. I know, Dawn, you talked about it with Dan in the first half hour or so of your show. We'll take a deeper dive on that today. Also, since Jimmy Fallon is joining us at 8:30 today, I want to give him a little bit of love for what he wrote on FoxNews.com, an opinion piece on the flavor of the last 2 weeks and an American brand on why it would make sense for the two to get together. We'll talk about that this morning. Also, the USA Today going after Trump and his Olympic task force. We'll talk about that. And I was told that Disney was in trouble, right? We hear all this stuff about movies that are flopping, and Walt Disney and ABC and ESPN are all hemorrhaging cash. Is Mickey Mouse running a money laundering operation?
I think so.
I don't know how all of a sudden they've got the NFL.
He always looked shady to me.
I know. Now all of a sudden they're purchasing the NFL. They're purchasing WWE. We'll get into that today. Cut Sheet, Fight Club, and a whole lot more, including Jimmy Fallon, which, by the way, sold Joel's this Saturday, August 9th.
This Saturday?
It's finally here.
Wow.
Pottstown.
Pottstown, PA.
That's right.
What a beautiful night to be in Pottstown, PA at Soul Joel's this Saturday.
That's right. You get your tickets at foxacrossamerica.com. Speaking of Fox,
have we not sold this thing out for him yet? What are we doing?
I don't know.
What are they doing?
We're gonna need an update. Yeah.
Come on.
Also, Fox launching in the battle of streaming wars. They're launching a new streaming service and app called Fox One, which I saw Jimmy Fallon's face plastered on.
Cool.
Yeah. They took Fallon, they took Tom Brady, they took Big Papi David Ortiz and Laura Ingraham for some reason and put those four faces. I'm just glad I didn't have to see Hannity's mug again. Use somebody else. You have other talent there as well. My God. Shout out to Jimmy Fallon. All right. So basically, I'm just going to stroke Jimmy Fallon for the next 4 hours.
Oh, good.
That's the goal of the show today.
Good.
And then, is he joining us?
Yes, he is. 8:30.
8:30.
Let's get down to business. Round number one of the news at 6:04. The great Dawn Stensland.
And good morning, Kayal Company. News Live this August 7th. TikTok. Today's Tariff Day, Thursday Tariff Day, August 7th. We are sponsored in Kayal Company News Live by Piazza Auto Group. So let's get to it as we talk about the news. So Kayal Company news follow-up for you on this hazy day that should reach 83 degrees, 69 degrees right now. Still experiencing a little less, but still experiencing that haze from those Canada wildfires. So if you have any breathing issues, those alerts remain up. But Philadelphia police reporting they did indeed catch that suspect that we've been talking about that has been assaulting women and groping women. This from Special Victims Unit in Philadelphia. Rittenhouse Square, Center City. sending some fear through, especially women who may come to work early or go for an early morning jog, walk the dog early. And that's when this guy, this predator, according to police, would strike. So the man suspected in this string of sex assaults across the region, South Philadelphia, Center City, Rittenhouse Square, like I say, is under arrest, according to Philadelphia police. They identify him as 37-year-old Dynell Walker.
37?
37. Long rap sheet, according to authorities, 21 prior arrests.
21?
21.
Should not have even been on the street.
No.
37.
Good job, Krasner.
He was arrested outside the Sam's Club along Welsh Road in Upper Moreland Township. Police say that at that point he was charging his phone, and that's when he was apprehended. Here's the critical thing. We give the 546, we give the tips line all the time and across Philadelphia, and they ask for somebody to call, and they will oftentimes have cash rewards. An anonymous tipster is the one who helped identify the suspect, Walker. So somebody called into this because even though the images that all of us were releasing that went viral on social media, as there were, a lot of women just terrified before coming to work, walking the dog, taking a jog, that sort of thing. And so he did have those trademark, the hair, I think, was a trademark, but somebody called it in.
Good.
So,
was there a reward for this?
I don't know if there was or if that person would get, because usually it's arrest, then conviction.
Oh, okay.
So oftentimes they'll get something.
Good.
Let me ask you a question. Where he was arrested was not far, but not a hop, skip, and a jump from Center City, Philly. Where's he from?
I believe he's Philadelphia, but I'm not sure.
So he was just out in the...
He's at Sam's Club. He shops in bulk.
He
was just out in the suburbs to lay low.
Yeah. He was charging his phone.
Knew that his picture was out there, even though it wasn't a direct picture. It was... I think it's one of those things where if you see the person, you would know,
right.
Hey, that's the guy.
Yeah, that looks like, the suspect. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Now, they believe that he could be responsible for even more of these assaults, asking those individuals to come forward, because once they had the latest, because this has been going on for weeks, then more people came forward and said, yeah, that guy grabbed me. We've talked about this. This is the problem when people do not report something, because sometimes these predators become more brazen with each and every assault.
So if he's found guilty, castration? What are we thinking? Firing squad.
Well, I don't know. But kudos to whoever called it in with the anonymous tipster, and police thanking that individual.
We should all get to throw green sex toys at him.
It's nasty. He might like it.
Yeah, I know.
In the suburbs, that motorcyclist that we've been talking about, remember we started the week, we talked about a road rage incident in which a car full of people, a motorcyclist came up waving a gun at them. They did the right thing, called 911, and police were able to, go after that person who then waved the gun at the cop and actually ran their motorcycle into the squad car. And that's when the motorcycle was shot by a police officer during that confrontation that followed the road rage incident in Bensalem, Bucks County. Well, that suspect is now out of the hospital after, surviving that gunshot wound. He's identified as 44-year-old John Mathis, held on a $1 million bail on charges stemming from the separate road rage incident, which happened in Bristol Township. That one was back on July 27th. So this is apparently a second incident that we were talking about, but now we know there were two different road rage incidents, according to police. So we have a Fishtown man in Philadelphia recovering after a violent attack. This outside his home this week, and video was captured by an alert neighbor who happened to be driving by and sees these four armed guys attacking the homeowner, the victim, there on Sunrise Walk. So this was just after lunchtime, and says that the guy, after knocking him to the ground, then patting him down, the attackers also demanded to be let inside his home. He refuses because he knows his wife is inside. So the door's locked and he's not going to let them in. The attackers realized they were being recorded by that neighbor now who's driving past. And so then people were honking their horns. that's when these assailants headed for a small Volkswagen Tiguan, and they hopped in that Volkswagen. They drove away. So they've now gone on to investigate this situation, but just a terrifying situation with this video being released, and police say they have the video, which is helpful, but they hope that it will help them make some arrests. No arrests yet.
More people should cause a ruckus when they see this. That'll startle these guys. They'll take off. And instead of pulling out your phone to record it, just go nuts, and eventually they'll panic.
And Nick, what you just described is what happened.
Yep.
That's, so police were thankful to observant neighbors and people who got involved, cared. I mean, even honking your horn.
Mm-hmm.
So we have just a tragic situation that happened yesterday afternoon it started actually right around, we were alerted to it right around 11:50 a.m. this morning. So I was still on the air about 11:55, just going into the Dom Giordano show. And that's when we started learning about a shooting on an Army base, Fort Stewart in Georgia. And this Army sergeant shooting 5 soldiers at one of our nation's largest Army bases before he was quickly tackled by other troops there, other soldiers there at Fort Stewart, forcing a brief lockdown, a scary situation. We know that there's a news conference that's scheduled today about this because we don't know the motive. So initially, of course, there were fears as people were speculating, saying, is this some kind of a terrorist attack? No, it does not look like that. Then we heard that it was some kind of a domestic situation. Officials say the shooter, they've identified him, 28-year-old Sergeant Cornelius with a Q, Sergeant Cornelius Radford, and that he used a personal handgun. So this was not a military firearm. This did not happen during any kind of military, procedure or practice or anything of that nature. They say that Radford opened fire where he worked, but officials would not speculate about his motive. And so we know that the injured soldiers are listed as in stable condition. These are not life-threatening situations right now. They are expected to recover from those gunshot wounds. So thank God for that.
And the suspect is still alive?
Yes, the suspect himself, that's 28-year-old Sergeant Cornelius Radford, he's in custody.
Okay.
So he's facing trial. And then the 5 fellow soldiers he shot, they are recovering in the hospital.
What the hell causes you to do that to your fellow soldiers and brothers? Yeah, we just had our veteran spotlight yesterday. Oh,
It's really unthinkable. And the only hint we have at this is that they were saying that they did not know about this, but apparently he had been stopped and charged for some kind of a driving under the influence charge. And that play into it? I don't know. Was it the influence of alcohol or other chemicals? We're going to learn more, we think, mid-morning at a news conference.
You mentioned domestic situation. Is his wife on the base as well?
We don't know. I mean, that's just it. There were a lot of reports coming in from many sources, but thank God nobody died from this, but still disturbing. And of course, we've talked about the fact today, August 7th, President Donald J. Trump, his so-called reciprocal tariffs taking effect midnight today, imposing, of course, higher duties on many of the country's trading partners. Not the biggest ones or the main ones, but about 40 of them. So Trump putting out all caps, it is midnight. Billions of dollars in tariffs are now flowing into the United States of America. That was his Truth Social post. And so I know we'll get into it as, of course, we were looking at breaking news yesterday with word that Vladimir Putin, Russia's president, reaching out reportedly as Steve Witkoff is over there and the envoy and negotiator. So reportedly, Putin saying he wants to meet with Trump. Trump saying that he's happy to meet and have the talks. When will that happen? Perhaps early next week.
Yeah.
So some movement there. That's a little bit of good news, I guess.
Yeah. They said, face-to-face next week, and then Zelensky might join as well for a 3-person face-to-face sit-down.
So this is good news. And as well, we know that President Trump had announced yesterday that he would double India's tariffs to 50%. Why? This is a penal tariff, if you will, because he does not want anybody buying or supporting Russia's economy.
Mm-hmm. Well, they were buying
Such a
oil.
child.
They were buying oil from Russia, right?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Finishing my sentence as I giggle at Greg. You are penalized. But India, an important ally, but still buying energy, like Nick just said, from Russia. And so Russia is hurting financially due to the lockdowns and obviously the lockout economically by Europe and most of the world. But the fact that India was still buying a lot of oil from them was helping them out. Trump now doubling tariffs, 50%. So this is all a big negotiation. I know we'll get through it. For example, Syria, 41%, Laos, Myanmar, 40%, Switzerland, milk chocolate, that would be 39% tariffs. These are not the biggest trading partners. Obviously, we still TikTok wait for word on China. So we have all of that going on. You'll hear in the headlines today talking about Brazil possibly facing the up to 50%. Brazil is one of the places where we get the majority of our coffee. For those of us in the morning that love the Java, we're Java junkies.
Yeah, for all of you guys out there that drink 8 cups a day.
Yes.
How many cups do you guys each have? Obviously, you guys are both here way longer than I am.
I really only have 2, but then I switched to ice water in my Stanley Cup.
Gregory, how many cups do you? How many times do you fill that Yeti today? At work?
Well, I've cut caffeine. So
Really?
I'm only drinking maybe a cup or 2 of caffeinated coffee a week, and the rest is decaf. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
And you're still in here like a pistol at 6:02.
I know. It's just my sunshine and flowers personality. So I drink a lot more of it now because there's no caffeine in it, or little caffeine.
Okay.
Wow. And there's so many stories today. We will get to the story of a zoo. I sent this to Greg because I thought, Greg's going to lose his mind. A zoo putting out the word that they need your pets that maybe are getting a little older or you don't want anymore to feed to their wild animals.
Really? Where can I give my dog Ace? Is this local?
Can you imagine?
You can give him to Christy Nome. She can take him out back and
I'm going to
shoot
send him to South Park.
Yeah.
So kind of a lot of reaction worldwide to that one.
I lost my mind yesterday on my dog because I've noticed this trend with my in-laws' backyard. They have a huge backyard, so we have this really long chain. It's wrapped around a tree. We let him out there so he can roam around and get some exercise because there's no fence, and he's been rolling in the grass a lot. And he's coming in, and with the thing that we attached the chain to, it smells like just sewage, just feces.
Because he's rolling on either snails from all the water and the flooding or deer poop.
Correct. Number 2. He's rolling around in deer poop. And I had to duck, go last night. Why do dogs like to roll around in deer poop?
Was this... So, let's see.
They eat rabbit poop, too.
Yeah. And you were feeding him ice cream from your...
Yeah. Remember? Thank you, Don Stensland. Yes, thank you.
We were
remember
sharing
that?
a.
Oh God, you're a hideous human.
What is that ice cream cone I told you about? The drumstick.
Yes.
Yeah, we shared a drumstick.
Oh, I love drumsticks.
You're gross.
Drumsticks and deer poop. They go together.
Yep. He takes a lick. I take a lick.
Like it and then lick it.
Exactly right.
Probably building your immunity, the George Carlin
that's right.
immunity
Exactly.
test. Phil's closing out that series, losing to the Orioles 5-1 with the series wrapping up, and then Bengals tonight with the practice game sold out this weekend.
I sat down last night around 7:10. I put the Phillies on, and I'm like, boy, it's still pretty bright down in Philadelphia. My father-in-law comes walking in. They lost 5-1.
Yeah, it was a
I was like,
oh, spoiler.
It was a 12:30.
I was like, it was a day game.
12:35 game yesterday.
All right, I'll put something else on. I would have had no idea, by the way. I would have watched that thing like it was live.
Now, does your father-in-law say to his wife, like, oh, yeah, dummy thought.
He's counting down the days, too. He's like, 8 more days.
8 more days.
8 more days, folks.
The in-laws are throwing a party.
That's right. I have 8 days left to avoid being indicted and taking mugshots.
Then you'll be driving your Piazza Honda to your new home.
Yes.
New Bell.
And I'm never driving back up to the Lehigh Valley again. Ever.
Well, you guys you guys will take a nice respite from one another, right? Now you're probably good from seeing the
till Thanksgiving.
Till Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a good.
So fun.
Just bring the pecan pie.
Well, we are sponsored by Piazza Auto Group. The Acura Summer Performance Event. It's going on right now at Piazza Acura of Ardmore, Westchester, and Reading. Visit PiazzaAcura.com for all the special lease offers going on right now on the all-new ADX, RDX, MDX, and more. Thank you, Piazza Auto Group, for sponsoring Kayal & Company News Live, first edition, the 6 a.m. edition. And at least I guess we're a little warmer than yesterday, Nick.
That's correct, Dawn. A little warmer, 70 degrees currently right now in Philadelphia, going up to a high of 83 today. A little bit of that haze still lingering around, a mix of sun and haze. And no rain now through the 21st. I keep looking for when the rain's going to come. There is none, folks.
When are we doing, or when is this fog or haze or whatever from these wildfires supposed to?
It looks like tomorrow or Saturday, at least to here.
They keep teasing us because remember yesterday they said the code orange was up at midnight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so now it's extended once again.
Do you guys notice it? I don't really.
Yeah, it's not sunny.
Well,
it's not sunny during the day. Yes, I notice it.
But it's not nearly like it was 2 years ago.
No, you can't smell it.
It was so visible.
No, but it's blocking the sun.
Yeah.
The most important thing, the most important National Weather Service alert, however, dangerous rip currents are expected today. And so from 8 o'clock this morning through the day, rip currents can sweep even the best swimmers away from the shore into deeper water. So anybody at the Jersey Shore, just swim between the green flags, please, people.
Just ask Theo Huxtable.
That's right. Yeah, unfortunately.
Well, they don't put up the flags. I don't think he had lifeguards there, did he?
No,
that was in Costa Rica.
Right, it was another country.
That's totally up to you.
They have different rules and laws there.
All right, Philly weather brought to you by MT Roll Your Generator Experts. That's MTRUHL.com. Get one before hurricane season hits this area.
Please.
All right, coming up next, the Thursday Big Take as Bobby takes his shot against the vaccine industry. Stay right there.
Let's go. You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com. If you have a 2004 or newer vehicle that's out of warranty or about to be, Endurance is urgently notifying U.S. drivers about their low-cost vehicle coverage plan designed to save drivers thousands on rising vehicle repair costs. Those who qualify can pick their plan, coverage, and repair shop. Roadside service, towing, and rental cars included. All covered repairs get paid directly to the repair shop for you. Call now for your free quote. Call 800-342-1834. That's 800-342-1834.
Hey pet parents, the summer season is here, and that means it's time to get outside and enjoy some sunshine with your pet. Hi, I'm George Parenti, the lead dog at the Dogs and Cats Rule stores. The stores are loaded with great summer collections of outdoor and interactive toys. We carry the finest selection of fresh diets, like gently cooked, raw, freeze-dried, air-dried, dehydrated, baked, and of course traditional kibble and cans. Dogs and Cats Rule with 7 neighborhood locations. Visit dogsandcatsrule.pet. That's Dogs and Cats Rule. Shop small, shop local, shop family.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
TurnersvilleJeep.com is home to the best Jeep and Ram inventory and prices in the Philadelphia area. TurnersvilleJeep.com has a huge selection of certified pre-owned vehicles, which come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Selling your car? We want it, and we'll pay top dollar at TurnersvilleJeep.com. Bad credit? No problem. Our goal is 100% credit approval.
Just minutes from all bridges or online 24/7, but only at turnersvillejeep.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit information kit. 800-311-9595. That's 800-311-9595. If something happens to you, what happens to your family? Will they struggle financially? Will they be able to afford the home you built together? With Ethos, you can get life insurance coverage in minutes. Get up to $2 million in coverage for as little as $2 a day. All online with no medical exam. Just answer a few health questions. Get your free quote at ethos.com/life. That's ethos.com/life. Rates may vary. Billed monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
Hi, it's Tom Giordano, and it's here. Rescue Natural Supplements' biggest thank you for the entire year. Their customer appreciation sale is on, and it's about delivering the best deals and quality products for you. Right now, stock up and save a whopping 50% when you mix and match any 5 or more Rescue single bottles, plus your order will ship for free. Just use the code VIP50 at checkout, whether it's omega-3s, cholesterol support, joint health. It's all there. It's your chance to feel your best for less. To place an order, visit res-q.com or call 800-26-LIVE. Again, that's 800-262-5483. Speak with a knowledgeable Rescue product consultant. And if you're new to Rescue, well, now's the best time to give them a try. Digestion, sleep, energy, it's all covered. Again, use that code VIP50 to receive 50% off and free shipping when you mix and match 5 or more Rescue Natural Supplements. Use that code VIP50 at res-q.com.
Let's talk about your health. You need to undergo complex dental surgery. I'm talking the whole 9 yards, implants, crowns, etc. Are you really going to trust just any pop-up dental chain, or do you want the best of the best? When it comes to complex dental surgery, for over 12 consecutive years, Dr. Mike Veneria Dental, has been recognized by his peers as a master of complex, masterful dentistry. Dr. Mike treats other doctors. The experts call Dr. Mike the expert. You want a dentist who actually cares about your health, and with Dr. Mike, it's not about cost, it's about care. His compassion and commitment to your health is his top priority, and that is why Dr. Mike is a dentist the entire Zioli family trusts. When it comes to your health, including your dental health, that's never the time to cut corners. You want the best and only the best. So make your appointment to see him today and get a free dental implant consultation. If you already had an estimate for one, get a second opinion. It's worth doing. 856-786-2020, BenariaDental.com.
Yo, Doylestown. We know your favorite station is 1210 WPHT.
.628 Thursday morning. Kayal and Company. Hopefully all of you having a great start to your day. Nick, Dawn, and Greg. It's Talk Radio 1210 WPHT. Cut Sheet 745. Jimmy Fallon at 8:30. And Fight Club coming up at 9:10. But now let's get to a Thursday Big Take.
The Big Take on Kayal and Company.
Which is brought to you by Bucks County Estate Traders. The Big Take, Bobby's shot as RFK takes on the vaccines. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., better known as Bobby, he's done a very good job leading the charge publicly as the face and voice of the MAHA movement, tackling big food and big ag. It's no easy task, but going after big pharma is even more daunting because food and pharma, it's cyclical and it's profit-driven. The food we are given, if we choose to eat poor foods, makes us sick. That creates a reliance on doctors, prescriptions, pills, shots, and even surgeries. The two are linked together, always have been, always will be. It's one thing to go after the preservatives, artificial colorings and dyes, as well as seed oils, but it's a whole different ballgame when we are talking about going after Pfizer, Moderna, and vaccines. And I am in no way anti-vaccine, but I am absolutely anti-sheep. Question everything, challenge everything. It's your right. Be an informed consumer. Seek multiple referrals, second and third opinions. Look for different sources. I'm a believer in chiropractors. massage therapy, acupuncture, holistic treatments. But I'm also not overly concerned with using over-the-counter anti-inflammatories. I take Tylenol after playing golf, things like that. But on the specific mRNA vaccines and RFK Jr.'s latest quest to rid America of these dangerous vaccines, I absolutely support him 100%. And you don't have to be a doctor to evaluate data and arrive at a conclusion. That's what he's doing. You've got Dr. Marty McCary, Jay Bhattacharya, and others doing the same exact thing, even though they are doctors. And when it pertains to the mRNA COVID vaccine and booster shots, me personally, and I've said it many times on this show, I will never touch one of those again the rest of my life. Dr. Fauci, the CDC, the NIH, the WHO, and these other alphabet agencies severely destroyed their credibility with countless Americans nationwide since the pandemic of 2020. And the media has taken a major blow over the last 5 years as well, because the media is merely the marketing department for all of our institutions that are no longer trusted in this country. And now in the mainstream media, everybody is reading the same exact script to smear RFK Jr. in his quest to rid dangerous vaccines from Americans. Here is a montage that shows 4 different local news stations all regurgitating and reading the exact same talking points. Listen and watch this.
New at 7, the U.S. Health Department says it plans to cancel contracts and cut funding for some vaccines being developed to fight respiratory viruses, including COVID-19. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. now says $500 million worth of vaccine development projects will be halted. The 22 projects are led by major drug makers like Pfizer and Moderna. The targeted vaccines are credited with slowing the 2020 coronavirus pandemic. Kennedy says he wants the department to invest in, quote, better solutions, but provided no details on what those better solutions might be.
The Department of Health and Human Services plans to cancel contracts and pull funding for some vaccines being developed to fight viruses like COVID-19 and the flu. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. announced that $500 million, I should say, worth of vaccine development projects using Myrna technology will be halted. The 22 projects are led by major pharmaceutical companies like Pfizer and Moderna. And these mRNA or Myrna vaccines are credited with slowing the 2020 coronavirus pandemic. Kennedy wants the department to invest in better solutions, but he provided no details on what those better solutions might be.
Department of Health and Human Services is pulling $500 million worth of vaccine development funding. Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. said the 22 projects being halted all use mRNA technology. That's the type of vaccine credited with slowing the COVID-19 pandemic. Kennedy said he wants the department to start investing in better solutions.
The Department of Health and Human Services will cancel contracts and pull funding for some vaccines that are being developed to fight viruses like COVID-19 and the flu. According to AP News, this will impact 22 projects led by pharmaceutical companies like Pfizer and Moderna. While mRNA vaccines are credited with slowing the 2020 pandemic, Kennedy said he wants the department to move away from mRNA vaccines, calling on the department to start investing in better solutions.
Wow. That was NBC4 in Columbus, Ohio, NBC3 in Sacramento, California, KCAL CBS in Los Angeles, and ABC 10 in San Diego. Now, how is it possible that 4 channels can all have the same exact script and talking points verbatim? Unless, of course, these drug companies are directly telling them what to say in response to their adversary, RFK Jr. If that doesn't alarm you, nothing will. It's bought and paid for propaganda. And if not for X and independent journalism, you'd never be aware of that. RFK Jr. has said that COVID shots could have caused the mutations and extended the pandemic altogether. Bobby also said that they reviewed the science, listened to the experts, and acted. And it's amazing because we were told to trust the science, trust the experts, the same ones that failed us. I'm willing to listen to other experts and other unreported science and data in America that we have to find by searching on social media or reading a study from a medical publication across the pond. And here's my theory. If you're blackballed by pharma in America, you're either insane or you're on to something that impacts their bottom line negatively. Here is virologist Dr. Geert Vandenbosch who you won't see on television anytime soon. Listen and watch this.
It's at the risk of inducing autoimmune responses, autoimmunity in children. That's why I'm saying never ever use a vaccine that cannot block transmission when you are on the battlefield. If you have a vaccine that cannot prevent the transmission, you cannot control this pandemic. The virus will escape. You cannot win this. It's impossible. So in other words, with this mass vaccination, you're doing exactly the opposite. You are generating a breeding ground for even more infectious variants to replicate. Scientifically, there is no rationale whatsoever to vaccinate children. This cannot be justified. There is no added value whatsoever for children. There is only major concerns and major risks.
All right, Andrew, you can stop it right there, please. You're probably not going to see him on CNN anytime soon. And with what he said there, particularly with the COVID-19 pandemic, mutations and transmission, did he say anything that didn't actually play out in real time? I would argue no. And yesterday on the Dawn Show, right here on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT, Dawn and Dan played this clip from Senator Ron Johnson of Wisconsin with some real testimony. Let's listen and watch this.
Our next witness is Dr. Robert Sullivan. Dr. Sullivan is a licensed physician and board-certified anesthesiologist with over 20 years of active practice in Maryland. He is here today to talk about his vaccine injury following his COVID-19 injection. Dr. Sullivan.
Thank you, Senators. My story is not as bad. The same month I received my first COVID mRNA shot, I was featured in the Wall Street Journal's What's Your Workout column for Aerial Circus Arts. I was strong, healthy, and thriving. Just 3 weeks after my second dose, I couldn't go up a flight of stairs without gasping for air. I became short of breath doing even simple things, walking, standing, even speaking. I had constant chest pressure, arrhythmias, and overwhelming fatigue. I cannot overstate the misery. It felt like my body was failing me. I was experiencing right heart failure. Still, I questioned myself. Was this real or in my head? Then an echocardiogram confirmed the damage. I was relieved that it wasn't imagined and stunned to realize this is how I likely die. The diagnosis was pulmonary hypertension. I had damage and narrowing of the blood vessels in my lungs, restricting blood flow and straining the heart. This isn't like regular high blood pressure. Pulmonary hypertension is usually progressive and fatal even with treatment. There is no cure. It felt like a death sentence. I reported my case to VAERS, the Vaccine Adverse Event Reporting System. Most doctors I know had never heard of it. Fewer understood that it carries mandatory reporting requirements. I was never taught about VAERS in medical school. I'm told it still isn't.
Do vaccines save lives? Yes. But do vaccines injure and cause other issues? You bet. Is Big Pharma ever held liable? Nope. Trump's former Surgeon General speaking out negatively about this move. 45's first Surgeon General Jerome Adams saying the following, quote, I've tried to be objective and non-alarmist in response to current HHS actions, but quite frankly, this move is going to cost lives. mRNA technology has uses that go far beyond vaccines, and the vaccine they helped develop in record time is credited with saving millions, end quote. Now, that's one fact and one talking point, but weren't we also told that the shot was 100% safe and effective? That was wrong. We were told the virus ends with the vaccinated. That was wrong. Social distancing of 6 feet was science. No, actually it wasn't. It was merely made up out of thin air. They've admitted that publicly now. Masks protect against the virus. Not true. Dr. Mary Bowden is an ENT and outspoken against vaccine mandates. She joined the Joe Rogan podcast, and I want to highlight 2 clips here for you. Here she is first discussing alternative options that Big Pharma doesn't like because, of course, it hurts their profit margins. Listen and watch.
That was all about.
Yeah, I don't know. But the monoclonal antibodies is very frustrating to me. They worked very well. They were not controversial. People would turn around the next day. But when they first came out, I could get as many doses as I wanted. I mean, they show up at my doorstep the next day. And it was great. I mean, that also sort of put me on the map with COVID. And then I didn't even use ivermectin until the government took over distribution of monoclonal antibodies. And then it became harder and harder to get them. And that's when I turned to ivermectin. But, in my opinion, they did that on purpose. They did that to encourage people to take the COVID shot. It was very orchestrated. If you look at the timing, in March, the government put out the big information on ivermectin and why you should not take it for COVID. They put that on the FDA's website. At the same time, they launched COVID-19 Community Core, and this was April 1st, 2021. This was an $11.5 billion slush fund to propaganda, to feed out propaganda.
Healthy, all-natural human beings is bad business for Big Pharma. Remember when Fauci, Birx, and others were going door-to-door advertising the shot? Seems like just yesterday. And, of course, the media won't discuss it. The government has denied 98% of injury compensation claims. And with all the data out there, all of the evidence presented, all of the testimony documented, I believe, in conclusion, Bobby Kennedy is well within justification for what BARDA has done. The essence of science is challenging science and the experts, not accepting everything as gospel. And that's the big take.
The Big Take on Kayal and Company.
Which is brought to you by Bucks County Estate Traders. Furnish your home and make a statement for summer with one trip to Bucks County Estate Traders. Browse over 16,000 pieces of all high-quality, famous brands meticulously cared for and curated by their experts. Visit buckscountyestatetraders.com or their showroom in Hatfield. 855-839-1210 if you want to jump in on social media at 1210 WPHT. And, of course, let it rip the comments section on YouTube. Just go to youtube.com/@1210 WPHT and hit the like and subscribe buttons. Dawn Stenzel, I know you and Dan jumped into this yesterday. I was listening on the way home, thought it was great. Your thoughts, no problem. Media coverage, the way people are shamed by this. I still can't get over that montage that I found.
Yeah.
4 different affiliates, ABC, CBS, NBC, all reading, I think verbatim, the same exact script.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's why, that's why I did my big take, if you will, on it. And then Dan had, reinforced it with his thoughts, some audio that we've played in the past, in fact. But I think that what struck me about this, a few things. Number one, and I know President Trump was asked about it at some point last evening and said, they're still meeting about this. But my question, number one, is, how does this shine on President Trump? Because, of course, at the time, we had Operation Warp Speed. Of course, his son-in-law, Ivanka's husband, obviously Jared, he was in charge of that. And this was something that Trump still, and even yesterday, had talked about, that this has never been done before. And the idea was to invest all of this money amid a pandemic against a scary thing that we were being told was deadly. People were dropping in places like China, Italy, across the world. We didn't know what this was. That's what we were told. So during that initiative, Operation Warp Speed, the idea was let private enterprise do what they do, incentivize them with all of this money that has now finally, all these years later, been cut back. And so that's really what the proper, I think, announcement that RFK should have made, and what I infer from what President Trump, if we learn more about this, they're not cutting all of the mRNA. That's a real problem with the media. And so if they would just pull up the HHS website, they would see that these are the future contracts with this. In other words, that Operation Warp Speed money that we talked about way back in the day to incentivize companies to come up with something that would mitigate for the most vulnerable among us, that is the $500 million that they're cutting. However, funding with HHS and government funds still continues for all of there's a lot of other mRNA technologies, such as curing cancer and other things. All of that continues. Mm-hmm. And so I think it's misleading the way that the media is reporting this as, it's over. But part of the fault of this is on that announcement, this all started when you played it and Greg played it on the cut sheet yesterday.
Yep.
And you infer from RFK Jr. that he said the word risk. And that's why I was like, what? Because I'm in Philadelphia, among the strictest, if not the strictest, lockdowns that we saw in the nation here. And so my youngest son, David, in middle school at that point, in a Philadelphia school, private school, but still everybody, we were under these advisories that he couldn't go back to school. He would have to Zoom it in unless he got the shot. Same for me. I'm one of the few workers that came here to Odyssey World Headquarters, new building we launched, of course, unfortunately, and then boom, COVID hit.
Great timing.
I was one of the few that came, but I had to get the shot. Went to the convention center. National Guard was here setting up. We were told we had to do this. We were told it would stop the spread, that we couldn't possibly spread it. We now know a whole lot of other information. And so for me, in retrospect, I wish that that my kids at the time, that they did not get it, because we now know they really didn't need it. And so it really was, the ones who needed it most were the elderly folks who were in the nursing home, who, by the way, never should have been exposed. Hello, Admiral, formerly Rachel Levine, all of that. We all remember it. Governor Tom Wolf, all of it.
Also Andrew Cuomo.
Yeah, Cuomo in New York. For us here in Pennsylvania, though, the nursing home deaths, it's still a story. I know Cuomo finally admitted it. But this is just the termination, I think, of two major biotech type contracts. So the media is not doing their homework and reading the entire HHS news release. If you read it, they're not cutting the sound clip that you played. And I'm glad you played that, of the guy saying, "Oh, mRNA, this is important." Yes, it is. The government's still funding those cancer projects. That's not what's being cut.
Yep.
So there's a lot of disinformation. I hate to say it, but I think it's more laziness, Nick, than anything.
It is.
Than bias by omission. I think it's just lazy.
You're right.
But I'll criticize RFK Jr. The way that he said that. If you're a parent, your kids, you debated that, and David didn't want it.
Yeah.
He was the last one in the family to get it, but then he said, "All right, if I want to go back to school."
Right.
And so we were all in that boat, and that was wrong.
Bobby's oral presentation skills aren't the sharpest.
Yeah. Hi, everybody.
855-839-1210. Quick break. We'll come back, wrap up this conversation as we conclude the first hour. Next, here on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
Got to talk about my guys, Marvin E. Cans Heating and Air Conditioning. I just had a Mitsubishi Electric heating and air conditioning mini split. Actually, months ago, they installed it. What a game changer for our lower level. It used to be kind of musty air down there. It's we don't have the proper duct work and the proper ventilation. I didn't know what to do. And so my guys at Marvin E. Cans, they were out there for a tune-up. I told you about a year ago, they put in those great new water heaters that my old ones went. And I was talking to Jonathan about this. They came up with this great solution. That's what I love about it. Solution-based ideas. And so that's when this all started. They then installed the ductless unit from Mitsubishi Electric, heating and air conditioning. Wow, what a difference this makes. We were actually moving our office to the upstairs because we thought the lower level is just not going to work, especially with studio equipment. You've got to control that air. It's got to be dry and not too much humidity. This is a real game changer for us and impacts everything, really. And the air you breathe, the quality of the air you breathe. So for us, that Mitsubishi Electric heating and air conditioning unit, the mini split, as it's called, if you have those hard to reach areas, this is going to be a real game changer for you. Just reach out to my guys, whether you need a tune-up, whether you need some solutions. Marvin E. Cans, MarvinEKanz.com. Tell them Dawn sent you.
You know you have pride in your team when you offer a guarantee for the life of your roof. That's right, for decades and thousands of roof installations, the award-winning team at GP Martini lives for roofing. That's why homeowners trust GP Martini to protect their largest investment. Whether you're considering an asphalt, shingle roof, metal roof, or even a solar roof, you can trust GP Martini Roofing. Visit martiniroofing.com. There's probably a satisfied GP Martini customer in your neighborhood. martiniroofing.com.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply or play stop to opt out.
You work hard for your money, so why let traditional banks hold you back? At Current, we're flipping the script with banking that keeps up with your life. With Current, your paycheck does more. Need money before payday? Access up to $750 with a paycheck advance if you qualify. No credit check, no hassle. Also, the Build Card makes it simple to build credit with no annual fees or hidden traps. Members boosted their credit scores by more than 80 points after just 6 months. Get ahead. Get Current.
To get started with Current, text SPEND to 323232. That's SPEND to 323232. Text SPEND to 323232.
Banking services provided by Choice Financial Group and or Cross River Bank, both members FDIC. Paycheck advance provided by Fineco Advance LLC, a financial technology company, not an FDIC insured bank. Product eligibility, availability, and performance may vary and are subject to change at any time. Using your credit card responsibly may allow you to improve your credit score. For details on cost, terms, and conditions, visit current.com or call 1-888-851-3177.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
Hey, it's Rhea. Drive in style this summer with a new Lexus from Lexus of Cherry Hill during the Golden Opportunity Sales Event. With over 300 new and L-certified pre-owned Lexus vehicles, you'll find the perfect ride for your summer adventures. Veteran-owned, family-operated, an elite of Lexus dealer, and a 7-time J.D. Power Dealer of Excellence for the customer sales experience. Talk to Tony Lobello and his team. They'll get you into the Lexus of your dreams with some of the best deals of the year.
For J.D. Power Dealer of Excellence information, visit jdpower.com/US-DOE.
Free speech lives here. With Dom Giordano, weekdays noon till 3 on Odyssey's #1 talk station, 1210 WPHT.
.652, Kayal and Company, as we wind down hour #1 here on a Thursday morning. Dawn will have some news to kick off hour #2. Cut sheet at 7:45. Jimmy Fallon coming up at 8:30. And we will also get to the culture clashes in corporate America after the news in the 7 o'clock hour.
Just to put a bow on this mRNA thing, one of the, Andrew, can you grab cut 5 here? During Trump's press conference yesterday.
Oh, good, you got this.
He was asked, about being the driving force behind Operation Warp Speed. He seems to be caught a little like, we've moved on to other things. Like I don't really know what that's supposed to mean.
Then he says they're gonna meet today at noon.
I can give you the explanation. I was just going to go in this direction anyway.
Roll it.
You were the driving force behind Operation Warp Speed, these mRNA vaccines that are the gold standard. Now your health secretary is pulling back all the funding for research. He's saying that the risks outweigh the benefits, which puts him at odds with the entire medical community and with you. What is going on?
Research on what?
Into mRNA vaccines.
Well, we're going to look at that. We're talking about it, and they're doing a very good job. And, that is a pass. With Operation Warp Speed was, whether you're Republican or Democrat, considered one of the most incredible things ever done in this country. The efficiency, the way it was done, the distribution, everything about it has been amazing. But that was now a long time ago.
Long time.
And we're on to other things. But we are speaking about it. We have meetings about it tomorrow at 12 o'clock. And we'll determine. We're looking for other answers to other problems, to other sicknesses and diseases. And I think we're doing really well. Yes,
I'm actually glad you played that, because it kind of goes to where I was going to go just to wrap up this conversation. Thinking back on the first year and a half of that pandemic, I'm just going to pull out some highlights off the top of my head. I remember early on, it was probably late March 2020. He made that offhand comment. He's like, "Oh, this thing will be gone by Easter." He got crushed for that. Obviously, he was wrong. I mean, he got excoriated for that. Operation Warp Speed. But then here's where it gets political. If you love Trump and you're pro-vaccine and the vaccine helped you, you give him all the credit in the world for Operation Warp Speed. And we can sit here and debate how much of it was him, blah, blah, blah. If you're anti-Trump, you say, well, he doesn't get credit for that. If you're pro-Trump and got harmed by the vaccine, then you're kind of down on Trump. And remember, Trump got COVID towards the end of 2020 and I think the October leading up to the election. And then Trump, after getting COVID, comes out and says, "Oh, it's a good shot. The shot's good. Yeah, I would recommend it." And he was, kind of, half-heartedly endorsing it. My big takeaway with all of this during the pandemic, and I think this is the one undisputable fact, red states handled the pandemic better than blue states.
Mm-hmm.
Because once we realized that we're all going to get it, it's, if you're relatively healthy, probably it's not going to kill you. You have a 99.8% recovery rate.
Yep.
You should get back to living your life and be given freedom. That's the big takeaway for me. You can spin Trump and COVID and how he handled it any which way to fit a narrative.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
I mean, that's the way I view it. And I was lucky. I mean, I know, Don, you were just talking about it as far as what Philadelphia dealt with. I was lucky enough to be in the South. Nashville was a little strict compared to the state of Tennessee because it's a blue progressive city in a red state. But I've said this on the air before. Even in the summer of 2021, a year and a half into the pandemic, 6 months removed from the first two shots, the only two shots that I ever got, 3 weeks apart. When I started law school, they were still telling you had to wear a mask at night, even if you were vaccinated. Jeez. And I'm like, well, all of the experts told us if I got the two shots, I forget which one I got, but it was the one where I got it like in late March and then 3 weeks later in April, and then I was done. And then I got COVID twice anyway. I'm like, why am I wearing this stupid mask?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, that's when you were playing the audio yesterday of RFK Jr. and he talked about the risk and this and that, I was ready. I just, my heart was jumping out of my body. I was ready. You get angry, you want to cry because it's not about me. It's about our kids.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why it's so infuriating. Anne-Marie just responding, our friend Anne-Marie, she's a medical professional, and she said, keep in mind when something is even emergency proof for children, it means extra money, free vaccines for kids and extra money for the pharmaceuticals and so on and so forth. So there's a lot to it, but I just think it's emotional as well because now I feel guilty, and now I don't know, and that's a horrible place to be. That they lost credibility.
Yep, I've got a couple of stats just real quickly here to wrap up. Pharma accounts for nearly 90% of the broader industry's digital ad spending. This is according to eMarketer.com. Television advertising, 14.2% of television ads are falling under the big pharma category. And I know I've said this before, but I'll reiterate it one more time. I forget the source, but 75% of CNN's revenue comes from big pharma, which is why, when you were watching the pandemic and they had the COVID tracker up there and Anderson Cooper and Sanjay Gupta are telling you shouldn't be able to leave your house if you're unvaccinated. And they say, we'll be back after this. And what's the first ad you saw? Yeah. Something from Pfizer or Moderna. So take that for what it's worth. All right, hour number 2. Dawn has some news coming up next as we'll kick off the 7 o'clock hour.
Celebrate the art of relaxation during the Spring Dance Hot Tubs Anniversary Sale, August 8th through Labor Day. Save up to $5,000 on in-stock luxury hot tubs from Hot Spring and Caldera, with additional savings for immediate delivery. Experience endless pool swim spas and swim all year round, starting at just $170 a month. Enjoy 50% off all endless pool accessories and save up to $2,000 on the only automated cover by Covana, the ultimate in spa elegance. Visit SpringDanceHotTubs.com for details. Financing available with approved credit. See stores for details.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're dedicated to serving people 50 and up like me. Our needs are different. Big Wireless wants us in an unlimited plan, but if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on affordable, reliable plans, including data that suits your needs, not ours. Our plans start at just $20, and you'll get the best customer service in the business.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/fax or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
The success you've already had matters at University of Maryland Global Campus because we're a school for real life. An accredited state university, UMGC lets you earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and relevant life and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. We offer affordable tuition and online and hybrid courses. Classes start August 13th. Apply now and save with no application fee. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Hi, this is Dom Giordano, and I'm thrilled to tell you that beginning in September, my friend and board-certified prosthodontist Dr. Robert Bentz is expanding its services and availability with a new prosthodontist joining the team. So if you're a patient with complex dental issues or a general dentist that can use some backup on complicated issues, Bent's Dental Group is your #1 solutions provider. Call Dr. Bent 610-272-6949 or visit bentsdentalgroup.com.
I'm Jalen Hurst here for Window Nation. If you're a fan of saving money, listen up.
From now through August 31st, you can get 50% off all window styles, plus 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 2 years. That's right, you could pay nothing until 2027. Call 866-90NATION or visit windownation.com to get this great offer. Tell them you heard it on 1210 WPHT.
Don't pay more than you have to for new windows. Call 866-90NATION or visit windownation.com.
Tune in to the Crash Proof Retirement Show Saturdays at 11 a.m. to hear Joanne Small-Canella and Tracy Stillman. The Crash Proof Retirement Show, Saturday mornings at 11 on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
WPHT, WPHT HD, WOGL HD3 Philadelphia. From the Piazza Auto Group Studios, experience the power of one with 8 brands and 25 locations. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Chronic pain, cancer, fatigue. Find out about the benefits of medical hydration therapy on Health Watch with Dr. Molly Fantasia every Sunday morning at 8 on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
At PGW, safety is essential to delivering clean, reliable natural gas to Philadelphia homes and businesses. If you smell gas, call PGW at 215-235-1212.
When my business was taking off, our old phone system just wasn't cutting it. We needed fewer missed calls, more flexibility, and better visibility into customer conversations. That's when I found OpenPhone.
OpenPhone is the all-in-one system for small businesses and growing teams. Manage multiple numbers from one device, work seamlessly as a team with shared numbers, and stay organized with AI-powered call transcripts, summaries, and next steps, so nothing gets missed and your team responds faster. OpenPhone integrates with tools you already use, like Slack, HubSpot, and Zapier, so everything's connected and efficient.
Having tried just about every relevant small business phone system, OpenPhone is truly in a league of its own. It's now essential to how we run our business, and I couldn't be happier with the value it brings.
See why over 60,000 businesses trust OpenPhone. Try OpenPhone for free at openphone.com/free and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's openphone.com/free. openphone.com/FREE.
Now you can listen to Talk Radio 1210 WPHT on the iHeartRadio app.
.703, it is Kayal and Company, hour number 2 underway here on a Thursday morning. It's brought to you by Wawa, where the $5 big breakfast deal is back at Wawa, but only for a limited time. Get any Sizzly, any size hot or iced coffee, I prefer the iced, and a crispy hash brown, all for just $5. The $5 big breakfast deal is back at Wawa. Gotta have a Wawa.
You like iced coffee?
That's what I drink every morning here, in the Eddie.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot.
Well, I like cold brew, but,
yeah, he makes coffee, Dawn, and then puts ice cubes in it.
Yep.
It's weird.
Yeah, I only like it if it's espresso.
Oh,
like
really?
I like a couple shots of espresso, then put the ice.
Coffee should not be cold. Coffee should be hot.
Poll question.
Change my mind.
Can Andrew do a poll? Does he know how to do the poll? If he could do it, if you know how to do it, Andrew, let's do a poll. We all like hot coffee. I drink hot coffee a little bit during the winter when it's cold, but I will never drink hot coffee while I'm broadcasting.
Wow.
It dries out my throat and my vocal cords.
Oh, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Dries out your vocal cords.
It's ridiculous.
That's why you'll never hear me clear my throat on the air, because I'm not drinking hot coffee. No cream.
If you're drinking cold coffee right now, cold brew, you're a communist. Thank you.
Is cold coffee out of line? Yes or no?
Coffee needs to be hot. Coffee should be hot. Thank you.
He likes it hot.
You don't believe in coffee diversity, do you? Unbelievable. 855-839-1210. By the way, if Wawa wants to drop off one of these big breakfast deals, I'll sample it on the air.
Here we go. Is cold coffee out of line? I like the way he worded that.
Yeah.
I'm going to put yes.
Okay.
I wouldn't drink it in the morning. Usually the iced coffee is something if I
like a dessert?
Well, if I'm tooling around and it's hot in the afternoon, that's when I would maybe do like a iced coffee.
Have you ever had a frozen coffee?
Yes.
Ugh.
It's delicious. All this stuff is high in calories, though. When you get
by the way,
way loaded with sugar.
And by the way, coffee ice cream, just like stop with coffee ice cream. Gross.
Really, I love coffee. Well,
I've never tried it.
Hideous.
Coors Brothers.
No.
That iced coffee is good.
Stop.
You have to mix it with chocolate.
Coffee should be hot. YouTube.com/@1210WPHT is cold coffee out of line. I love this audience.
Coffee talk.
88% say yes.
Coffee talk.
YouTube.com/@1210WPHT. Vote on the very important poll question. Actually, it'll be the most important thing we do all day. Cold coffee, cold brew, I guess you said. Gross.
Well, there's a difference.
There is.
Cold brew is brewed cold. Iced coffee is brewed just the way you would make it, and they just merely dump ice in it.
See.
Okay. It's still, coffee needs to be hot at the end. Thank you. Changed my mind.
You drink it black?
No, I put a little bit of cream in it. Not
that's
much.
right. You're an almond milk guy, right?
Just a little. It's like that silk stuff.
Yeah. I go a little almond milk from time to time, but then it loosens up my stool. Coffee and almond milk together leads to many trips to the potty.
Keeps them regular.
Yeah, clears you out.
Well, there is a story about breast milk ice cream.
By the way, Big
That'd
City.
be good for you.
Big City Liberal says Greg has so many rules, more rules than a strip club, to quote the great Krusty the Clown. I don't have rules. You
just point out violations of
I just have opinions,
Yeah.
like you're supposed to have on a radio show.
Yeah, exactly right.
Strong opinions, and I'm 90% right.
By the way, the coffee, the frozen coffee, you can get it at like I think Dunkin' has it. That will fast track you to diabetes really quick.
Yes.
I mean, if you just look up the nutrition facts on that thing, oh god. And I don't really know how much coffee's actually in it or
Good
how much
point.
caffeine is in it. It's just like a sugar rush is really what it is. But thank you, Wawa, for
Thank you,
sponsoring
Wawa.
the 7 o'clock
Yeah.
hour.
Yeah, you're
Great
welcome.
coffee at Wawa, by the way.
Yeah, of course.
All right.
Just not cold.
Well,
hot coffee.
If we don't get at least 20% that say it's okay, I'll be very disappointed.
It's tightening. It's tightening right now.
Oh, I love when it tightens.
Yeah. Is cold coffee out of line? The YouTube poll question. Get on over there.
Come on. Here we go. Now all the precincts are reporting. Let's go, baby. Don't start rushing to judgment when only 12% of the vote is in.
I called it too soon.
He could.
Like Fox did to Arizona.
Bill Hemmer has already called it.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, why is Bill Hemmer over in the Middle East? What did he do to get punished?
No, I think it's
Trey Yingst on vacation.
No, I think that's a great assignment.
Really? Mm-hmm. You would take
high
that?
profile, of course. Yeah.
Really?
A minute.
I'd rather blow my brains out.
No, that's a huge assignment.
Wow. Yeah, I'd have no interest. I mean, if sales came here and said we're going to do a remote from the Gaza Strip, I would just take vacation. And don't get any ideas, Skopinich, because I'm not going over to the Middle East.
They want to take you over to the Middle East and leave you
Just
there.
leave me there.
Stop.
All right, let's get to the news. 7:08, the great Don Stensland.
Yeah, good morning. Kayal and Company News Live this Thursday morning. We are here August the 7th, and we're looking at what? We're in the 70 degree mark right now with the sunrise right around 6 o'clock this morning, but heating up to a hazy mid-80s forecast in just a moment. Sponsored by American Heritage Credit Union. Kayal and Company News Live. We do have a police officer injured and recovering after police say this officer was dragged by a vehicle following a traffic stop in Philadelphia's West Oak Lane neighborhood. So police saying that the officer had pulled over a guy for blowing through a stop sign right near the 1700 block of Plymouth Street. And that's when police say the man just took off in the vehicle, dragging the officer and leaving him scraped up and injured, not life-threatening. But police say that ultimately the SWAT team caught up with the driver at a home at Cheltenham Ave and Andrews Avenue and taking this person into custody. Police say the man is charged with assault, among other things, and police sharing that investigators also found narcotics inside the man's vehicle. So we have that one going on. We also have police we'll take you to Montgomery Township, Montgomery County, warning residents, lock your doors. This after a spike in car thefts in the area. So a lot of people in the suburbs have a false sense of security. This can happen no matter where you are. And even we hear it about suburbanites going down the Jersey Shore. And if you're used to not locking doors, not locking car doors. Just a reminder, you need to do that. So since July 5th, there have been multiple car thefts across the municipality. This is Montgomery Township, specifically in Montgomery County, saying these thefts are crimes of opportunity. And so they do have some video taken between, July 5th, August 5th, these multiple situations where thieves gain access to a vehicle quite easily because it was never locked. And then they actually find the keys that are, that somebody left the key fob or the keys in the vehicle, in the driveway. Don't do that.
Yeah, speaking of key fobs, I had to replace the key fob in my keyless entry thing for my truck. The battery was dying. What a pain in the butt that was.
To replace the battery?
Oh, my God. Couldn't get my fingers are too fat. I couldn't get the battery to come out. And my wife tried to do it and her nail broke. Just a mess.
They'll do it for you. If you go to the dealership, Piazza will do it for you.
Yeah, I just ran into the grocery store and grabbed the new battery. By the way, if all these vehicles are being commandeered, whatever happened to the club? Remember the club back in the day? Remember you'd lock up your steering wheel with the club?
The club.
Yeah. Those late night infomercials.
We're gonna start getting to a point where, like, our phones, our vehicles are gonna be face recognition, or fingerprint.
Our vehicles are already computerized.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yep.
And then what could possibly go wrong? Because in the name of security and safety, that happened, after 9/11, Homeland Security, the department was created, and, in the name of security, a lot of these things happen.
Yep.
But then what are you giving up?
Yep.
Your liberties. So in this case, by the way, they're just giving that warning, a lot of stolen cars because it was a crime of opportunity.
Lisa McHale on the YouTube chat says she still has her club.
Yeah.
Lisa,
Great
you
work,
go.
Lisa.
Yeah.
Lisa probably still has the cardboard aluminum thing that you stick in the windshield to keep the car cool. Remember those?
Yeah. Well, just park in the garage instead of leaving your car out in the driveway unlocked with the garage door opener in the car, because then they can just open your car then get into the garage and then get into your house.
This is an audience of one.
Yeah.
Nick Kayal,
Somebody's husband might have done that. Just park in the garage,
On a scale of
Really
1
easy.
to 10, how much of a mess is Larry?
My Larry
Is he right up there with me? I'm like a 9.5, so we share something in common.
So President Trump, as Greg, aired some of the audio, Trump speaking out to and kind of riffing with taking a lot of the media's questions. But yesterday afternoon, really inviting Apple's CEO Tim Cook to the White House, talking about this historic $600 billion investment. And he was there at the White House, even brought a gift, bringing the gifts. So I know we'll get into that, showing the glass designed by a United States Marine who then became an Apple employee. And what this means is that they're saying iPhones sold and manufactured right here in the USA. I was listening to all the different states that they mentioned: Texas, Kentucky, Iowa, North Carolina, Michigan, Arizona, New York. At one point they said Harrisburg. And I was like, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania? No, it was like Harrisburg, Kentucky.
Oh,
I didn't know there was a Harrisburg, Kentucky.
Right. Well, we renamed Harrisburg in Pennsylvania. Remember, it's now called Trumpsburg.
Sean Ferris joke.
I love that. So some good news, and I know we'll get into that. As well, we learned yesterday that there was this new report that was raising concerns about a national security threat as far as the United States of America's dependence on China, because most components for military, anything regarding the military, do come from overseas, and especially China. And so there's a renewed push, and this report coming from the Pentagon and the U.S. military saying that we need to produce supplies, especially for things like military components, need to be made right here in the USA, considering this a national security threat, in fact. So we have that one going
Also,
on.
speaking of China, Andrew, can you grab 31 here? The CDC has issued a travel warning over a viral outbreak in China.
That was my next story,
That
yes.
is spread by mosquito bites. Sorry.
Chicken Gaia.
I didn't mean to get ahead of you.
I'm glad. That's good.
Play a little bit of
Chicken
this.
Gaia. Does that come boneless and
Chicken
skinless?
Gaia.
31, Andrew. 31. There we go.
Breaking tonight, a viral outbreak in China prompts the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, to issue a travel warning. More than 7,000 cases of this disease have been reported so far. State Department correspondent Jillian Turner has details tonight, live from the State Department. Good evening, Jillian.
Good evening, Brett. The CDC, as you mentioned, is warning Americans traveling to China about chikungunya. It is a virus that spreads to humans through infected mosquito bites. It can cause severe illness with symptoms that mimic pretty closely dengue fever and Zika virus, mostly found in Africa. Here's what the CDC says about
China.
it. They say most people infected get better within a week. However, some can have severe joint pain for months to years. Other symptoms include severe fever and fatigue. The outbreak now is in the Chinese province Guangdong. It's near Hong Kong, with more than 7,000 cases reported so far, prompting some pretty dramatic measures to contain the spread, like mandatory insect repellent blasts for people entering the area.
Oh, good.
Mandatory property
That'll
checks
give
for
us cancer,
stagnant
too.
water, which attracts mosquitoes, and when found, is now punishable by fines or even arrest.
Oh, that's hideous.
You know what? Maybe we should just all go to China and throw green sex toys at that nation. I'm so sick of everything coming from China.
People need to stop traveling
Yeah,
to China.
I know. Just shut it down. No traveling to the Middle East. No traveling to China. No traveling to Russia. No traveling to North Korea, Iran.
Thank you.
Just go to Pottstown.
Soldiers. August 9th.
Jesus. By the way, the mosquitoes at my in-laws in the back on the back deck is just awful. My feet are just. I might actually have to take the flip-flops off soon.
Yeah, what are those tiki torches that has?
She has those.
The citronella bug stuff in it.
Apparently, it doesn't work against those nociums.
It doesn't. Mosquitoes don't bite me. They bite my wife and my son, but not me.
It often, this is weird, but if you have type O blood, it depends on your blood type, and also maybe whether you're a carb eater or something like that, because there are some people that there have been studies on this. So depending on your blood type, then you won't. I have relatives who are type O. None of them get bit by anything.
Wow.
Yeah. Thank you.
I mean,
I'm the same way.
It's amazing.
The Daily Mail says that the virus is already here.
Of course it is. Anything in China that's being reported is already here because we're China's B word.
Now, this is not spread person to person. It's spread directly. It's not spread directly. Like if you have chikungunya or however you say it, chikungunya, CHIKUN, gunya, chikungunya. Okay, but let's say you are in China and you were bitten by a mosquito and you contracted chikungunya.
Yeah, stay there.
Now you have it.
Yeah.
So then mosquitoes here bite you, and then they bite. Well, they're not going to bite Greg, but they bite Nick.
Yeah.
Now Nick has it.
Yeah.
Dr. Phil McGroin says mosquitoes don't like bitter, Greg. That's true.
That's true. They only go for sweet people.
And that's my wife and my son. I'm not that.
So wear the DEET, wear the bug spray, wear it every day.
By the way, the poll question right now up on YouTube is cold coffee out of line? In case you're just tuning in, we were discussing that at the top of the 7 o'clock hour. 50-50 right now. 50-50.
My people don't fail me.
YouTube.com/@1210 WPHT. Vote on the poll question of the day. I think cold brewed coffee is hideous.
Like whatever you got to do to get caffeinated.
Coffee needs to be hot.
Yep.
Thank you.
And by the way, the mosquitoes that carry the chikungunya are the Aedes, which is known as the tiger mosquito. They're those bigger mosquitoes. They're not the little tiny brown
The
ones.
eye of the tiger.
The eye of the
Survivor.
tiger. So we got that going on. I'll just tease the two stories, I guess, about whether we'll talk about would you have ice cream that is made of breast milk.
Sure.
Is that something you would do?
What?
It's good for you.
What is wrong with you, Kayal?
Breast milk ice cream.
Ugh.
I mean, would you even notice? Would you be able to tell?
Yes!
Really?
It's gross!
You wouldn't. It's not gross.
Once it's made.
It's very sweet.
Yeah.
How do you know?
I mean, how about Rita's rolls out a...
Do you get high off your own supply?
Yeah, sure. I've let me tell you, it's sweet.
Get high off your own supply.
Breast milk ice cream.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
Oh, it's gross.
It's going to be available at Rita's next spring.
If you are, by the way, Rita's coming in next week to do a food drop for us.
Oh,
wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, big sponsors of What's on the Cut Sheet this summer. If you order or eat breast milk ice cream, you should be put on some sort of list.
This is USA Today. Greg, this is national news.
Yeah, no, I know. You need to be put on some sort of a list if that is something you like.
So it's a limited number of breast milk flavor. So my question is it actual from breast milk or is it breast milk flavored? See, that's the headline says
what
breast
is wrong
milk
with
ice
us?
cream.
Well, Bobby's going to ban the artificial flavors, so it has to be authentic.
So taste for yourself.
It's really good for you. In all
Hi,
seriousness,
everybody.
in all seriousness, I know babies who are breast like it. It's good.
Really
for you.
good for you.
But after the age of except Dawn's kids who are like 17 when they stopped breastfeeding, after the age of like 2, there's no need for it anymore.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Did your wife breastfeed, Greg?
This is getting very personal.
Did she? Yes.
She did.
Yes.
My wife didn't. We used bottles.
Yeah.
Good
Formula.
Yeah.
It's cheaper. You save at least $5,000 a year just by, and it's actually more convenient.
Oh, those first couple of years between the formula, the wipes, the Desitin, all that stuff.
It's expensive.
Diapers.
You save thousands. So if you breastfed the first, like Greg said, 24 months, that's a savings of at least $10,000 just to breastfeed.
Thank
and
you.
it's just what nature gave you.
And I stand by my comment that if you're eating some sort of breast milk ice cream, you need to be put on a list.
What
and
if would you
surveilled?
Would you be on board with breast milk as a
nothing
as a dairy
nothing
enhancer for coffee?
No, nothing.
No breast milk in your coffee?
Nothing.
So here's the thing. Frida and Oddfellows ice cream, it's not made of real human, they're saying human breast milk.
Yeah.
That's because we have to say that. Real, a mother's breast milk. It's the flavor that's supposed to mimic it, which is a sweet flavor.
Disgusting. That is disgusting. Those people should be ashamed of themselves for even starting this. It's gross. We are a sick society. Thank you.
Stop it.
Thank you.
So it's made of milk, heavy cream, skim milk, a sugar, pure, real sugar, no high fructose, egg yolks, and then a little bit of caramel flavoring and a little bit of honey syrup.
Ugh, gross.
So that's what's
fattening.
in it.
Like it's just grams of sugar, isn't it?
Sweet, milky, creamy. It's probably delicious.
I'll try it. I'll try anything once.
If you eat it, firing squad. By the way, Nick, is cold coffee out of line? The no's have now taken the lead.
Let's go.
In the morning.
YouTube.com/@1210WPHT. If you want to vote. All right, we have to break.
Pour it on, baby.
We'll get to tariff talk, all of it, but we are sponsored by American Heritage Credit Union. Your home ownership journey starts with the MyCU Home Connection program from American Heritage Credit Union. Get started. AmericanHeritageCU.org/home connection. Insured by NCUA Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS 433838. Not a member? Join today. Thank you, American Heritage Credit Union. Still the orange haze due to the wildfires, Nick, but not a bad day.
No, not at all, Dawn. 71 degrees going up to 83, a mix of sun and a little bit of that haze still lingering around. Philly weather brought to you by MT Rule, your Generac generator experts. That's MTRUHL.com. Coming up next, it should be a no-brainer for this company. But first, a company that we all love, and it's absolutely a no-brainer. That's the Piazza Auto Group. And we're talking about Honda today because you might be getting ready to hit the beach before Labor Day, or maybe you're just cruising through the city. So why not do it in style this summer? The Honda Summer of Performance event is going on now at your favorite Honda dealer, Piazza Honda. Now's the time to get behind the wheel of a new Civic, the Accord, or the CR-V with unbeatable leases and low finance rates. But hurry, these summer savings won't last. Drive on over to Piazza Honda of Philadelphia, Langhorne, Pottstown, Reading, or Springfield, and do it today. You can shop online right now for special offers at piazzahonda.com.
Here's a harsh fact. 40% of women and almost 20% of men suffer from varicose or spider veins. And if you think this is just a cosmetic problem, think again. Varicose or spider veins, if left untreated, can lead to swollen or discolored legs, cramping, the inability to stand or walk, neuropathy, even worse, blood clots, which can travel to other parts of your body. But here's the good news. Advanced Medical Vein Treatment Centers offers plans that treat and cure the condition, not just cover up. Grab your phone, take take down this number and call 800-597-7992. That's 800-597-7992. When you call, you'll get free information. Free information on how you can live your life to the fullest again. Walk, exercise, sleep well. Your vein problems will not go away on their own, and in time can lead to major health issues. Call Advanced Medical Vein today for free information on fast and easy solutions that are covered by most insurance plans, Medicare included. Call 800-597-7992. That's 800-597-7992 today.
At Odyssey, we believe in creating a diverse and inclusive workforce. We also value the power of community and encourage local organizations to help us in referring qualified applicants to our stations. If you're a community organization interested in receiving our vacancy information, simply email equalemployment@odyssey.com. You'll be notified of all our open positions. That's equalemployment@odyssey.com. And for all our listeners, please visit odysseyinc.com/careers for a list of job openings at all Odyssey radio stations.
This is Jordan Lundy of Lundy Law. Every year, millions of people are hurt in car accidents. The numbers are overwhelming. But if you're injured in an accident, don't feel overwhelmed. Call Lundy Law. We'll remove the stress and work quickly to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. We hope we never meet because of an accident, but if we do, we're here for you. Remember our name, Lundy Law. Your injury lawyers. Call 1-800-LUNDY-LAW or visit lundylaw.com.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have Leaf Filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/radio to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/radio for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
College holds a mythic place in American culture, but there are stories you won't hear on the campus tours.
The higher-ups are concerned about one thing, and that is avoiding scandal.
I'm Margot Gray. On the new podcast, Campus Files, we cover everything from rigged admissions to the drama of Greek life and student protests. Listen to and follow Campus Files, an Odyssey original podcast. Available now on the free Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
When my business was taking off, our old phone system just wasn't cutting it. We needed fewer missed calls, more flexibility, and better visibility into customer conversations. That's when I found OpenPhone.
OpenPhone is the all-in-one system for small businesses and growing teams. Manage multiple numbers from one device, work seamlessly as a team with shared numbers, and stay organized with AI-powered call transcripts, summaries, and next steps, so nothing gets missed and your team responds faster. OpenPhone integrates with tools you already use, like Slack, HubSpot, and Zapier, so everything's connected and efficient.
Having tried just about every relevant small business phone system, OpenPhone is truly in a league of its own. It's now essential to how we run our business, and I couldn't be happier with the value it brings.
See why over 60,000 businesses trust OpenPhone. Try OpenPhone for free at openphone.com/try and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's openphone.com/try. openphone.com/TRY.
Be sure to follow Talk Radio 1210 WPHT on the free Odyssey app. Download it now.
$7.30. Kayal and Company. Live on a Thursday morning. It's Talk Radio 1210, WPHT. 1 hour from now, Jimmy Fallon, Fox News, Fox Across America, weeknights at 7 here on 1210 WPHT. And this Saturday, Soul Joel's in Pottstown. This Saturday, August 9th.
Yeah, have we not sold this out for him yet? Come on, what are we doing? 7:30 peeps. You know you're my favorite peeps. Let's go.
Yeah.
FoxCrossAmerica.com.
He says that to all the girls.
Let's sell this out. Let's sell this out for him.
I'm trying to weasel my way out of working for the in-laws at Music Fest this Saturday to go down and see Jimmy. If I was in the house already in Bluebell, it'd be a no-brainer. So I've just got to figure out how I can come up. You know what I'll say? I've got the chikungunya virus. I'll just show him my feet, the mosquitoes. I'll tell him my limbs are going numb.
Limbs.
And I'll slip out the back door and go down to Pottstown.
Just say my boss said I have to go.
I mean,
that's actually a really good point.
Yeah,
right
you can always use that as an excuse. It's like, well, it's a
Station event.
It's a station event. I have to go.
Yeah, good point.
That's not a bad thought for
All
me,
right.
Sandler.
Speaking of Jimmy Fallon, I want to get to the article that he wrote for FoxNews.com, an opinion piece. Bud Light, here's the headline. Jimmy Fallon, Bud Light should hire Sydney Sweeney and make beer sales great again. Bud Light spent decades using funny commercials of hot women to build the top domestic beer brand, only to become a national punchline after the Dylan Mulvaney fiasco. And in the first paragraph, he cites how Anheuser-Busch is still, now think about this, 2.5 years removed. It was March of 2023 when they decided to trot out Dylan Mulvaney and basically self-sabotage everything that their brand ever stood for. They are still down 11.57% from where they were a few years ago. So they have not fully recovered. They were down as much as, I think, 30%. And that was probably last year at this time or so. And I'm thinking about this from what Jimmy wrote. And here's what you do. And we live in a bandwagon society, right, where everybody jumps on a certain trend. Companies around the country right now in corporate America need to cash in on the Sydney Sweeney summer. She should be everywhere, just like the Kelseys, just like the Mannings, just like Jelly Roll. By the way, if I see Jelly Roll one more stinking time, I can't take it anymore.
He's a wrestler now.
He's a wrestler. He's a singer. He's an actor. He's got tattoos on his face.
By the way, Sydney Sweeney just threw out the first pitch at a Red Sox game.
No way.
Nice.
Okay.
Yesterday or
Well,
the day before. I don't know.
All right. If I am, and like, you know, the Red Sox, they're the Red Sox, you know, a historic brand. But if I'm a chicken wing, have you guys seen a ton of the Wingstop commercials lately? Mm-hmm. I would have her in Wingstop. I would have her on every beer. There should be a beer race right now. If Bud Light doesn't do it, Miller Lite should do it. If Miller's not going to do it, Coors should do it. Michelob, whoever, athletic apparel. I would shove her down Americans' throats probably through January or February. And thinking about the way the media industry works, whatever's left of broadcast television, people typically go back to something in the fall after Labor Day. If you're a dude, obviously you're going to be glued to the screen on a Saturday or Sunday for football. If you're a Dancing with the Stars fan or Survivor or any of those types of shows, new season begins in the fall. Same thing with Saturday Night Live. That's probably the stretch of the year in the calendar year where Americans watch their most television, whether it's traditional broadcast, DVR, on demand. I would have her plastered everywhere. And it's so amazing to me that some of these businesses, Charlie Gasparino, business analyst for Fox, also wrote a business column for the New York Post. Fool me once. Corporate America is not falling for the left's outrage over Sydney Sweeney's Good Genes ad. And he goes through all of the history of corporate America that, you know, was it Ben and Jerry's got political?
Yeah.
BlackRock, Budweiser. Let me just give you the list of companies that he rattles off here. Yeah, it was BlackRock, Anheuser-Busch, Ben and Jerry's. Who else does he mention? Disney. Let's see. There's a few others in here. I'm trying to find them on the fly. I'll find them for you. But this is not a comp. I've always thought, and you know, I get it. You know, in a day and age where companies are pinching dollars and everybody's competing for the same businesses to advertise. It's not easy to sell advertising, but the idea, the marketing creativity should never be the challenge. If you're trying to cater to men, which is what, and to be honest, the Sydney Sweeney ad for American Eagle, what would you guys say? American Eagle shoppers, 3 out of 4, 4 out of 5 are female, probably, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like American Eagle is Wrangler jeans, and you remember back in the day when Brett Favre was endorsing them. But if you're trying to cater to men, which is what Bud Light used to do before Dylan Mulvaney, and they've tried to come back now. Shane Gillis, Peyton Manning, they've done a nice job, but they're not all the way back. Men like football, men like sports, men like violence, men like beer. I jotted all these down. Meat, pretty women, automobiles, guns, fishing rods. I mean, Dawn, your brother is a manly man.
Manly man.
It's not that difficult, right? Find a beautiful lady, put her in a tank top. I don't want to sound sexist here, but it's what men like. A bikini, tight jeans, and say, hey, I'm Sydney Sweeney, and you should buy this. And men are stupid, right? Men are dumb. We are the lesser of the two genders when it comes to using our brain. Because a lot of time, men think with other parts of their body, not their brain. Self-admission, I mean, guys do dumb things, right? You roll out Sydney Sweeney, and dudes will sign up. ESPN, the NFL Network, WWE, big transaction yesterday. Plaster Sydney Sweeney everywhere. Stock prices will go up. Your bottom line will go up. Your corporate suits will hit their bonuses. Your sales reps will hit quotas. It's not complicated. It's not. You know what doesn't sell in the world of men and manly products? Dudes dressing up like chicks pretending to be women. Just avoid. What do they say? Keep it simple, stupid. It's the economy, stupid. Mm-hmm. Since the creation of humans, since God made Adam and Eve, men like 12 things. And I know there's a few guys out there that collect stamps and use hand sanitizer, but for the most part, men like 10 to 12 things.
You use hand sanitizer. You don't wash your hands.
It's because we're on the clock here, and I got to get back from the break, and the dryers in there take 8 minutes to get your hands
45
dry.
seconds to run to the bathroom.
Yeah.
So I sent you guys, I emailed you the TMZ link, but Sydney Sweeney, she was heckled at her film premiere for Americana as her new film because she is an actor, first and foremost. So all these sort of woke women were heckling her. But I will say, to your point about guys, liking her, yes, but there's an appeal that I think women like her. Mm-hmm. She's not, I think Beyonce, and you showed this yesterday, Beyonce is gorgeous, mom in her mid-40s, 3 kids, looks amazing, maybe a little more intimidating because not everybody looks like Beyonce. Mm-hmm. But for Sydney Sweeney, I mean, she looks like she has no makeup on.
No.
And so I think especially for maybe high school, college age, it depends on where you're marketing here, but also the target price that these jeans are like $35, $36. That's where they started, American Eagle. Mm-hmm. So Levi's, with regard to Beyonce, I mean, those are the cheapest ones, even on sale, are like $85. Mm-hmm. So different markets. But I think for Sydney Sweeney, I just think she's not like threatening to women. And girls, she's sort of appealing because she's like the girl next door. She doesn't have fake lashes. She's not all made up and intimidating. She's just like a regular sort of teenage or college. I think that's her appeal.
And she's never shoved politics down anybody's throat. I mean, we found out in the last week or so that she moved to Florida in 2024 and is a registered Republican, right? It's not like she's preaching. It's not like she's being booked on late night shows and giving you lectures and dissertations on policies and politics or social and cultural norms. I mean, she's just a naturally hot woman who is an actress and is now being probably more recognized for her modeling than her television.
I was just going to say, if you're a late night show, that's actually a really good point. If you're a late night show, you're Colbert or something.
Right.
She's the hottest thing in the country right
If you're
now.
Colbert and you say, do we book Alyssa Slotkin or Sydney Sweeney?
And, look, maybe they reach out to her people and her people are like, no, but if she's promoting a movie, then I'm sure she's on the circuit. Yeah. So if you are a late night show, why are you not booking her?
Yeah. I agree.
Why has she not been on late night TV?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to actually speak with my sister, who's a big HR executive, to see where these big corporations are with like ESG scores and social credit scores. Because Charlie Gasparino makes a good point in this New York Post column. He says, I chronicled this spectacle with a healthy dose of go woke, go broke, the inside story of the radicalization of corporate America. Just a few years ago, DEI was the norm. so was radical environmentalism pushed by asset managers through something called ESG investing. It was difficult finding a straight man or a woman, God forbid a blonde, who survived the Madison Avenue woke censor machine. And he goes on to write about how all of these companies started to shove all this down your throat. And if you didn't adhere to it and hit certain quotas, your company did not show up in the power rankings of ESG scores. And it was all dictated and pushed by, I think, the biggest lobbyist group in the country, which is one of the LGBTQ plus lobby groups. And they put the pressure on all these companies out there. And then we got into the whole stretch of, boy, you don't see white families anymore in commercials on television, right? And then you see like ads for you throw out Nike, and we have an Asian person, we have a black person, we have a male, we have a female, we have somebody who's Latino. We run the gamut so that everybody feels, and I'm like, just find good-looking people for ads, right? Have you ever noticed in a pharma ad, you never see miserable, fat, ugly people? Everybody that's taking something for a disease looks like they're the happiest people on the planet. Hey, I've got so-and-so, and I've got this, and I take this for it, and here's the side effects. And then they're jogging down this beautiful street. The grass is perfectly cut, right? Such a charade. 855-839-1210. Cut Sheet is coming up next. Stay right there.
We didn't take to retirement like we thought we would.
We got bored.
So I thought I'd book a trip to Italy to celebrate retiring.
We didn't speak Italian.
We didn't then. We do now. Because of Babbel.
Babbel is the refreshingly easy-to-use app for learning a new language. With more than a dozen languages to choose, Babbel uses immersive lessons to teach you vocabulary and grammar in a way that sticks.
We set a goal for 15 minutes per day.
That's all we needed.
And Italy was just...
Bellissima.
That means beautiful.
In Italian.
From interactive lessons led by experts to conversation tips on real-life topics, Babbel's revolutionary teaching style keeps language in your head and easy to remember. Celebrating 15 million subscriptions sold. Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at EnduranceWarranty.com. Auto repair bills are through the roof. $3,000 to replace the transmission. $4,000 for a blown engine. And if your manufacturer's warranty is expired, you'll have to cover it all out of pocket. You need an Endurance Auto Protection Plan. No matter what the mileage, if your car is under 20 years old, Endurance can get you covered on the engine, electrical system, transmission, AC, drivetrain, and more. Endurance has plans for any budget. Repairs can be done at the certified mechanic of your choice, and they're paid directly with no middleman. Plans cover 24/7 roadside assistance, towing, battery jumps, fuel deliveries, tire changes, lockout services, and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Act now and get our elite benefits, including complete tire care and key fob replacement. A $2,000 value at no extra cost. With Endurance, you could never pay for covered auto repairs again, so call now for your free quote. Call 800-380-9012. 800-380-9012. Again, that's 800-380-9012.
Hi, it's Tom Giordano, and it's here. Rescue Natural Supplements' biggest thank you for the entire year. Their customer appreciation sale is on, and it's about delivering the best deals and quality products for you. Right now, stock up and save a whopping 50% when you mix and match any 5 or more Rescue single bottles, plus your order will ship for free. Just use the code VIP50 at checkout, whether it's omega-3s, cholesterol support, joint health. It's all there. It's your chance to feel your best for less. To place an order, visit res-q.com or call 800-26-LIVE. Again, that's 800-262-5483. Speak with a knowledgeable Rescue product consultant. And if you're new to Rescue, well, now's the best time to give them a try. Digestion, sleep, energy, it's all covered. Again, use that code VIP50 to receive 50% off and free shipping when you mix and match 5 or more Rescue Natural Supplements. Use that code VIP50 at res-q.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
At Kitchen Magic, we've been transforming kitchens and baths for over 45 years right here in America. We're family-owned, second-generation strong, and we manufacture our cabinets right in Nazareth, Pennsylvania. That means no tariffs, no middlemen, just expert craftsmanship and unbeatable value. This August, take advantage of up to 30% off cabinets during our summer savings event. Trust the name your neighbors have for decades, Kitchen Magic. Call or visit kitchenmagic.com today.
Tom Giordano at noon. Kayal and Company now on Talk Radio 1210, WPHT, and the free Odyssey app.
7:45, Kayal and Company, as we continue live here on a Thursday morning. Jimmy Fallon is coming up in 45 minutes. J.A. Scavuzzo on Twitter sends in a tweet in regards to the article that Jimmy Fallon wrote for Fox News with Sydney Sweeney. J.A. says, the Sweeney Bud Light commercial writes itself. I have great cans. I think that's about as simple as you could possibly do it. By the way, beer out of a can, much better than beer out of a bottle. Just going on record, but draft beer better than the can, since we're talking about drinks today and coffee and whether it's, permissible to drink it cold.
YouTube.com/@1210WPHT is cold coffee out of line is today's poll question. A lot of voting, and the no's have taken the lead, have taken a pretty substantial lead. So, Kayal, you've been vindicated, my friend.
Thank you very much.
I said it. If you drink cold coffee, you're a Nazi.
A communist. You're a fascist.
Well, no, I mean, Nazi is the word of the day now, isn't it?
That's
Everybody's
right.
a Nazi.
Sydney Sweeney's a Nazi.
See what I did there?
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Let's get to the cut sheet.
What's on
By the way.
the cut sheet?
Yeah, what's on the cut sheet on Thursday? By the way, we're at 174 likes. I need 30 people right now to get on over to YouTube and hit that like button. 30. Get over there right now. Hit that. I'm going to get above 200. Can you be the 200th like? Speaking of, we were talking about Colbert and Fallon and Howard Stern, too. A reporter asked Trump yesterday about Colbert being canceled, Howard Stern being allegedly canceled. Oh, by the way, I have an update on that.
Okay.
I have an update on that story. All right, this is 3. Go. 3.
I've got an entertainment-based question for you. A few weeks ago, Stephen Colbert announced that he was leaving his show. Howard Stern announced that he and Sirius XM Radio are parting ways. Do you think the hate Trump business model that's been in the entertainment business is going out of business because it's not popular?
All right, pause it for a second. Pause. First of all, who is this sycophant that is asking this horrendous question?
I have an entertainment question, sir.
Is the hate Trump business going what oh God.
Well, it's a valid subject.
Dear leader, what do you think? Dear leader, what do you think?
Is that guy from TMZ?
I don't know. Look at his forehead, though.
Which one is it? The bald guy or the guy that's got the real dark tan?
He has like a 6 head. It's a good question. I would like to hear his reaction to Howard Stern, since him and Howard Stern, used to be friends.
Mm-hmm.
Stern was at Trump's wedding to Marla Maples,
along with 1,000 other people.
So yeah, but they were actually like friends. They've been
knew each other.
I think Trump and Melania, I think, were actually at Howard Stern and Beth Stern's wedding. So anyway, can you start it over, Andrew?
All right, so this is the entertainment question.
I'm making him work.
This is first.
I've got an entertainment-based question for you. A few weeks ago, Stephen Colbert announced that he was leaving his show. Howard Stern announced that he and Sirius XM Radio are parting ways. Do you think the hate Trump business model that's been in the entertainment business is going out of business because it's not popular with the American people?
Well, it hasn't worked, and it hasn't worked really for a long time. And I would say pretty much from the beginning, Colbert has no talent. I mean, I could take anybody here. I could go outside in the beautiful streets and pick a couple of people that do just as well or better. They get higher ratings than he did. He's got no talent. Fallon has no talent. Kimmel has no talent. They're next. They're going to be going. I hear they're going to be going. I don't know, but I would imagine because they get, Colbert has better ratings than Kimmel or Fallon. You know that. Yep. Howard Stern, it's a name I haven't heard. I used to do a show. We used to have fun. But I haven't heard that name in a long time. What happened? He got terminated?
Yeah, they're going to separate ways because I think what they're offering salary-wise is real low than what he's getting.
You know when he went down?
Whenever you want.
You know when he went down? No, before. When he endorsed Hillary Clinton, he lost his audience. People said, give me a break. He went down when he endorsed Hillary Clinton.
Mr. President,
I mean, he did get a $500 million contract 5 years ago, so I don't know that.
Just curious, because I heard Don say ding, ding, ding. Did he go down when he endorsed John Kerry in 2003 or 2004?
It was the whole kittens and this woke Howard Stern.
Or how about Obama in 2008?
No, because I think Obama was popular. I just think it was. I think it was the negative energy with the Hillary thing that he didn't ask her.
A little backstory here. I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you, Don.
No, I mean, for a guy, I just think he changed his brand so drastically that it's like, who are you?
So just a little backstory. So just so you guys know, Trump called Stern in 2015 or 16 or whatever like that and asked him to speak at the RNC. And they had a very nice conversation, and Stern said, "I'm not going to do that because I'm endorsing Hillary Clinton."
Okay.
So Trump tried to reach out to his old pal Stern and say, "Hey, can you come to the RNC and give a speech for me?" And Stern said no. So that in my mind is where the rift.
If Trump would have ran, I was thinking about that too. I was bouncing him around in my head. Run. If he would have been a Democrat and got into politics in 2015 and challenged Hillary in the primary, do you think Stern would have stuck with Trump over Hillary as a Democrat?
This whole notion, let me just say this whole notion that Howard Stern was some champion of the conservative movement. You know what I mean? Like,
he wasn't.
I get all of the people now. It's like, he's woke now. Like, I understand all that. His show is not the same as it used to be. But all the he's woke now stuff, like, he changed his brand of show. But he's never been a conservative. No. He's never, like...
But he was an alpha male. Now he's I don't even know if he's beta.
Was he always a beta just pretending to be an alpha?
Maybe.
I've been listening to the guy since 1990. Right. Like, he was never an alpha male. He used to talk about how small his unit was. That's not an alpha male.
Okay.
But he was always, pushing the envelope with free speech. I would argue that what he was in his prime is now what a lot of Trump supporters like today. Right?
Agreed.
The brash,
yes.
abrasive.
Yes.
I'm not offended.
Yes. You hit the nail right on the head. That was the Trump voter was the Howard Stern base.
Correct.
And he by doing what he did, he kind of abandoned that base.
Yeah.
Which was not a smart move in my opinion, on Stern's part.
But
it was super calculated when he did it. He knew exactly what he was doing.
I also think it's, and I know everybody is, dunking on Howard Stern because, he's basically been fired. But I got to tell you, I mean, I looked it up. He's 71. Mm-hmm. If I'm 71 and I'm wrapping up the final year of a $100 million deal, you guys can take your victory laps, but he's laughing to the bank.
So Stern's camp reached out to whoever. It's only like the Daily Mail and the U.S. Sun, two rags that reported on what we reported on yesterday. Stern's camp said it's complete BS. Now, interestingly, Stern did a surprise show yesterday, and everybody thought maybe that he was going to address this. He didn't. So he came on, did a live show yesterday.
Okay.
He's supposed to be off in the summer. He did a live show yesterday.
Okay.
Because he's in the Hamptons, right?
And he was, And he talked to the drummer for Metallica for an hour and then gave up, it was like, all right, I'll see you guys September 2nd. Didn't address it at all.
Now, what time is he
interesting.
on when he's on? I don't even know.
He's on him.
Is he mornings?
Yeah.
Serious?
Yeah.
How many hours is his show?
I don't know. I don't listen to it anymore, so I have no idea. I just saw a report that he came on yesterday and did anyway.
But he was he was a shock jock, right? So he was shocking, he was edgy. He asked questions that were really awkward and often about people's private life and sex life.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And so sometimes, it was sometimes really crude, but even within an interview like that, the person would open up unbelievably and talk about things that nobody talks about, and it was riveting. So when he interviews Hillary and he doesn't ask her anything at all edgy, that one to me stands out.
Or Biden.
Oh, the Biden
yeah,
one is
yeah, the
embarrassing.
Biden one.
Yeah.
Because how do you not even tongue in cheek or you know what I mean, like
Agreed.
something?
Agreed. I agree on. I'm not disagreeing with anything.
Did he ever push the envelope in his heyday with politicians that he would have on the show?
Sure.
Or did he?
Yeah, all
did
the
he?
time.
Okay.
All the time.
I don't even know if he had politicians on back in the 90s.
Sure, he had
Yeah.
Trump on.
Well, Trump was
Well,
a
he wasn't
politician.
a politician.
Right, that's my point. Like, did he have Bill Clinton on in 1994?
He didn't, but he
Okay.
had Pataki on, who was the governor of New York at the time. He had Arlen Specter used to go on a show a lot. You know
That's
what
a
I mean?
name,
So, you know, he did, you know, Chrissy Todd Whitman, who was the governor of New Jersey, named the rest stop after him. You know what I mean? And she was a Republican at the time. So, I'm just I hate this whole narrative about like, oh, Stern's been fired. Stern's been like he's not being, if he would take $50 million, you know, to do a show, they would keep him. You know what I mean? So if this really is about anything, it's about money. It's not about politics. I told you yesterday, he's going to use politics as a boogeyman, but it's not about politics. It's just not. Like you said, Nick, 5 years ago, they gave him $500 million. Right. You really think that they were scared about politics? He had already interviewed Hillary Clinton by that point.
And think about that, too. Think about in the pandemic, everybody was being laid off. He got $500 million when listening habits were disrupted.
Exactly.
And nobody was consuming them because we were not on the road going to work.
And by the way, just to look, I just pulled up his YouTube feed. So he has Jenna Jameson, her first 1995. She was, if you remember this, she was a porn star back in the day.
Yeah.
And now she's married to a Jewish gentleman and has completely changed her life and her look. But it says what they're saying
That's
is
an understatement.
Yeah. Finally, that Jenna shows them the full video. So this is finally, we get an upload of the full video where Jenna shows them. Because that's what he would do. Are those real?
Yeah.
Can you show them?
Yep.
And like they would, but then he would say like, "What's your relationship with your father? What does your dad think that you're a porn star? What is your, you know what I mean?" He would just get into this really awkward, uncomfortable.
I have this. I've because my memory is insane.
Boy, your childhood is now really dead.
Jenna, yeah, it's true.
You've lost Hulk Hogan, Ozzy Osbourne, Howard Stern. Who else did we
lose
just
Howard?
lose?
He's still here.
I know.
He's still here. The Jenna Jameson used to bring her father onto Stern show, and Jenna Jameson's father used to talk about how he used to bang her friends. So,
awkward.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That show's gone.
Yeah, you don't get that anymore.
So with Trump yesterday at the White House, he was doing he was taking questions from reporters. Apparently, there was a report yesterday that J.D. Vance was going to meet with some of the cabinet members to discuss the Epstein thing.
Yeah, Bondi and Patel.
And a reporter asked Trump about that. J.D. Vance stepped in. This is three.
Is Vice President Vance hosting a gathering this evening to talk about how to respond to the Epstein situation?
Is he working on what?
Is he hosting some kind of gathering of top advisors this evening to talk about how to respond to the Epstein situation?
I don't know. I could ask you that question. I don't know of it, but I think here's the man right here.
I saw a report today, and it's completely fake news. We're not meeting to talk about the Epstein situation, and I think the reporter who reported it needs to get better sources.
Look, the whole thing is a hoax. It's put out by the Democrats because we've had the most successful 6 months in the history of our country. And that's just a way of trying to divert attention to something that's total bullshit.
Oh!
Please.
And remember, I want to hear all those people that were so offended when I said a word the other day. That's the president right there saying the BS word. So spare me with your pearl clutching and heavens to Betsy, you said a bad word.
Heavens to Betsy.
That's your
little Jackson Dean.
That's your golden god right there.
Is it the same reporter from CNN that has been squashed in the past for bad sourcing? We just talked about her a few weeks ago.
Caitlin Collins?
No, not Collins. It's the other one that she was the one that put out the. This was right around the time the Wall Street Journal put out the letter the birthday letter from Trump to Epstein. What is her name? Oh my God. There's a she's not a superstar on CNN. It's not Caitlin Collins. It's somebody somebody can find it. I know that I forget what her name is. I'm wondering if it's her again with the bad sources. What is her name?
Oh, that's right.
You
I
know
know
what I'm
who
talking
you mean.
about? We just talked about her like 2
my
weeks
God.
ago. I can't think of her stinking name. It's going to drive me nuts now. Somebody in the YouTube chat will put it in there, I'm sure.
Natasha Bertrand.
Yes. Yes, she was the one that was...
Iran.
Yes.
Remember?
Right. Yeah, so I'm wondering if it's her again. And then... But here's my question. If that was true, or even if it's not true, are we at the point now that we should have our Epstein story straight? Do we need to have a Vance Bondi Patel conference room meeting of how we handle this sensitive subject moving forward?
Well, they did not. You heard J.D. Vance.
Right.
Who, by the way, happy birthday, turned 40 last weekend.
I can't believe he's only 40.
I know, just turned 40 last weekend. But they're denying it. But I will tell you, every night when, we're monitoring all the different networks, so you don't have to. Last night, Caitlin Collins, just on the CNN evening, they're all, especially on CNN, MSNBC, all those networks, it's Epstein all the time. They do the other news. They did the Army, the shooting that, the 5 soldiers shot by the Army sergeant, but mostly at night, it's wall-to-wall Epstein victims, the Epstein lawyer, the, Maria and Annie Farmer, you feel like you know them, and their attorney. They're hammering that every single night.
Yep. Did President Trump and Elon make up?
Told ya.
Well, you did say
breaking
this.
up.
You were holding out hope.
Got
You
my
were
I gotta say this.
saying prayers.
Is that my little heart?
I gotta say this, guys. we're memory holing things, but if you guys remember when
I'm not
we did
holing anything.
when we did the Piazza Pet of the Month back in June, when we were out at the Mercedes-Benz of Westchester there, if you guys remember what happened the night before that we spent most of the show that day talking about, the whole Epstein thing started because Elon Musk tweeted out that Trump is in the Epstein list.
Oh, yeah.
So the summer of Epstein that everybody's so sick and tired of hearing started from his good buddy Elon Musk. So
Elon then apologized.
Okay, but he was the one who put it out there.
Well, I would actually argue it started before Elon.
Of course it did. No.
It started with Bondi's dumb remarks on the Jesse Waters show.
Okay, well then Elon Musk made it personal.
Right.
Then,
which is my whole argument and criticism has been, it's not that this thing was dead, buried, gone. This was not top of mind. This was not in the news cycle, and this was not something that got brought back to life by the Democrats. It's by Trump's own administration.
Yep. You're right.
All right, 6, go.
I'm wondering, do you miss having him around the White House, or is that poll accurate?
I don't know if the poll's accurate. I think he's a good person. I think he had a bad moment, really bad moment. But he's a good person. I believe that.
President Trump, are you keeping that?
Good.
Yeah, there was a
there.
poll out that like Elon Musk is the most hated human on Earth or something
That's
like
not
that.
true.
No, it's seriously.
Love you, Elon.
I love it.
I am
Good.
still very surprised that after the falling out, that Dawn, you love Elon as much as you still do.
I do.
I figured he'd be dead to you.
Nope. Nope. Because I think
he accused somebody of being a pedophile. But
They
it's
were
fine.
having a public, little, what do you call it, riff, tiff, whatever. But it's over, and I think Nick is right that this all goes back to it was just a rookie moment for Pam Bondi, who I think is highly competent. Everybody talks about her. She did a great job and experience, but had this rookie media moment when she was all excited, got the new gig, went on Jesse Waters. What was it, February 26th? I mean, Nick and Greg have played it a million times.
Yeah.
Where she says, Jesse, breaking news. I'm going to release the Epstein list. I'm going to name names.
She was on there like
Remember?
she brought a tray of homemade cookies for the holidays.
Yes.
Jesse, look what I have.
Yep.
Peach cobbler.
So she, unfortunately, people, when somebody promises something like that, and then it was just weird because I think it was actually a Wednesday night because we were talking about it Thursday and then it wasn't coming out Thursday. And then Nick said, that's going to be my big take.
Yep.
Friday morning, it's coming out.
Yep.
And then TikTok. It never came out to this moment.
I would have replaced Pam Bondi with Judge Janine.
Aw.
We'll get to her in 1 second.
Nick has such
I see
a
her in
crush
the.
on
I
Judge
see Judge. I
Janine.
see the judge in the hopper.
Yeah, she's
looking great. She's got a tan.
She's back on Fox.
Yeah.
She's back on Fox because they're now talking about the DC, the federal government taking over the DC police. Cut 7, and then we'll get to Janine. Let's do cut 7
Big balls
first.
got beat up.
Cut 7. Big balls.
Yeah.
President Trump, on federalizing DC, are you considering taking over the DC police? Is that an option on the table?
We're considering it, yeah, because the crime is ridiculous. I could show you a chart comparing D.C. to other locations, and you're not going to want to see what it looks like. It was just up on television, actually, they were showing it. Now, we want to have a great, safe capital, and we're going to have it. And that includes cleanliness and it includes other things. We have a capital that's very unsafe. We just almost lost a young man, beautiful, handsome guy that got the hell knocked out of him the night before last. And I'm going to call him now. We wanted to give him a little recovery time. We just put a call into him. They're calling back in a little while, but he went through a bad situation, to put it mildly, and there's too much of it. We're going to do something about it. So whether you call it federalized or what, and that also includes the graffiti that you see, the papers all over the place, the roads that are in bad shape, the medians that are falling down, the median in between roads that's falling down. We're going to beautify the city. We're going to make it beautiful.
Can I just bring up a question? Like what? So I just Googled it. In 2025, Washington, D.C. has seen a decrease in violent crimes, with homicides, robberies, and assaults and dangerous weapons all showing significant drops compared to previous years. Specifically, homicides are down by 32%, robberies down by 39% compared to 2023.
New York City, the same thing.
So okay, what's the justification for the federal government taking over D.C.?
I'm curious about the metrics, how accurate they are based on what is actually reported and logged in these crime statistics, especially in this day and age of the way we arrest, immediately release people.
But what else do they have to go for then? Is it just a feeling? Like, I feel D.C. is unsafe, so therefore it is?
No, I mean, we just talked about it. They just had an intern. Those people going in and out of the Capitol, especially, there was just a 21-year-old intern murdered.
Yeah.
But D.C.'s crime rate is more than twice the national average, according to all these different statistics.
Well, who was
high number of violent crimes, high number of property crimes. The list goes on.
Remember the Jewish couple got murdered coming out of the art museum, right?
Yes, and they just, by the way, that was in news. So I should have reported that young Jewish couple came out of the Jewish museum and they were murdered. And that guy, that suspect, that alleged perp, is now, they've cleared the way for that guy to face the death penalty.
Good.
So the death penalty on the table for that one.
Look, I'm all for it. Like, you know me, I want criminals strung up by their balls and hung in the public square. I have no problem with harsher crimes. The idea of the federal government taking over, it doesn't sit well with me. I don't know.
I'm blown. So that if that number is correct, that Dawn just said, it's twice the national average. Mm-hmm. So, I don't like it, but I understand if Atlanta has a crime problem, or Philly, or New York, or Chicago, these big blue cities, defund the police, progressive mayors, blah, blah, blah. We live it here with, Krasner and things like that. But it's almost borderline unacceptable that in our nation's capital, that city could be that bad. Regardless of whether it's Democrat or Republican in office in the White House, you would think Washington, D.C. would be very buttoned up safety-wise, considering there are so many high-profile figures in D.C. on Capitol Hill, right? Like we just talked about that story months ago with, Kristi Noem. I get it. It's a purse snatching. But you would think that, highly elected officials, appointed people, that when you're in and around the Capitol and you're going to the steakhouse that's 6 blocks in one direction, or you live 1.2 miles in the other direction, you would think that of all places, our nation's capital would look like a model city. Mm-hmm. It's honestly unacceptable. Is that Bowser who's the mayor?
Yes.
Yeah, Muriel Bowser.
Bowser. So even though she's touting this 35% drop in violent crime across the country is down. But looking at 2023, those stats say rate D.C. as ranked fourth worst as far as a homicide rate and violent city, fourth in the nation.
Yeah.
Behind, tragically, New Orleans and St. Louis and Detroit. Those were
And
the top
bragging,
three.
too, that it's down when it was so high. I mean, it can only go in one direction, right?
But why D.C.? Like to Dawn's point, if St. Louis and whatever are worse,
Because
why not?
D.C. is the nation's capital. You have it's a major tourism hub. I think that's why.
That's true, too. A lot of people that, everybody's been to the White House except for me.
Well, St. Louis is a lovely city, I hear.
Is it?
No, I have no idea. All right, Nick's gal, Janine Pirro.
Oh, I've missed her.
Went off on the woke prosecutors after Big Balls was assaulted. By the way, isn't it kind of ironic that a guy by the name of Big Balls got the crap knocked out of him by a bunch of 13 and 14-year-olds?
Yeah.
Well, the problem is they're like in Jurassic Park, the velociraptors. They all jump on you at the same time.
No, I know. We play Fight Club every day. I
Yeah.
just think it's ironic that a dude by the name of Big Balls got the stuffing knocked out of him.
Is that his gamer tag or was that his LinkedIn? Or
who cares?
That was LinkedIn, I think.
LinkedIn.
Remember back in the screen name era of AOL?
Sure.
I had a buddy. Speaking of big balls, my one buddy Tom. His screen name was Butternuts 2K1.
Oh my gosh.
30 go.
This young kid who worked at the White House was beaten to a pulp.
Look
He's got
at her.
a broken nose. He's got a severe concussion.
there's
He's
no-
battered
there-
all
there's
over
no
his
makeup
head.
on that-
Okay, by a
that
gang
woman.
of punks.
Yep.
10 of them, I believe. 2 have been arrested, 2 15-year-olds. None of them come to my office, Laura, because they're not considered criminals. They go to family court where the effort is rehabilitation. The D.C. Council, and the president is right, they've got to stop their coddling. Number one, we've got to lower the age of responsibility to 14.
Wow.
I'm tired of having these kids commit crimes in their crews, not gangs in D.C. We've got an intern, you said it in your open. He's an intern from college. He gets shot going out for McDonald's at 10:30 at night. This kid is trying to help his girlfriend or his friend to a car. He gets assaulted, and but for a cop going by, they would have, had they gotten him on the ground, they would have stopped him and finished him. He was able to stay standing. This has to end. The council has this Youth Incarceration Act where we had a guy who shot a kid on a bus, not justified, with an illegal gun. You know what the sentence was? Probation. The judge said go to college. Okay? He took an illegal gun. He should be jailed for the illegal gun. Forget about the shooting. You put that on top of the gun. Then what we've got are kids who are out there who are making fun of all of this, doing carjackings, and I can't touch them because they want to protect them.
They know that, and that's why they travel in
do
gangs.
know that.
And the older kids send out the younger kids to do the real dirty work because they know they're fine.
They absolutely understand. And youth violence is on the rise, not just in D.C., but across the country. And if you think that these kids need to be coddled and they need to be hugged, they need to have consequences. They need to understand that enough is enough, that we're going to put them in jail or some kind of youth rehabilitation detention facility and not allow the D.C. Council, one of whom I just recently indicted, to take cover for these kids. It's time to end it. That's what the president wants. That's what we're going to do. Look.
Now finish off Tarlov, Judge. Take out Tarlov while you're at it. Man, I missed that. So I'm with her on that. I mean, that's exactly the way I think prosecutors and attorney generals and DOJ and district attorneys, no matter what level you're at, that's law and order right there. Now, you want to get into the whole 14 thing. I think that's interesting. You know, Dawn, you report on these crimes and, we protect kids' names and the identities are not released. I don't know if 14's the right number, but I feel like 16 certainly is. Enough of this.
For what?
The rehabilitation.
No. It depends on what the crime is. 12, 13. They should get.
You want to go even younger?
Oh my God! Yeah, if there's a 12 or 13-year-old committing heinous crimes, electric chair.
Oh my gosh.
Absolutely. Absolutely electric chair.
You're skipping the go from juvenile court to adult court.
Yep.
You're going straight to the death penalty.
Absolutely.
Let us not forget, though, the influence of the pandemic in all these blue cities. The reason, in my humble opinion, that you are seeing younger and younger perpetrators. These are the kids who were banned from the classroom, just like here in Philadelphia. And I will point out to you, these are all blue cities, Philadelphia, D.C., Chicago. But I'm going to point this out to you. Look at the city's ranking while we talk about statistics.
Yeah.
Look at the cities. So think about this. Washington, D.C., their population about 700,000. So Nashville, Tennessee, right within, maybe it's 24th in the nation population size, right around the size of Nashville, maybe 75 to 100,000 more people. But think about all the major cities that have a lesser crime rate per New York City, LA, Chicago, Houston, Phoenix, San Antonio, and Philadelphia. Think of all the major cities. DC, with that smaller population in that concentrated area around the U.S. capital, tourism capital, really, of the country, and they have this extremely high, volatile, crime rate. So just think about the size of the city comparatively and the level of violence. And that's what I think they're not putting in perspective.
Well, and all of these criminals, whether they're adult or minor, they know the way the system skews and leans now, right? Like we just had the Philadelphia guy that was arrested for groping women and going around throughout Center City. Didn't you say he had 21 priors?
Yes. The guy's 37 years old.
Castration.
You know you're going to be back out on the streets. You could just keep doing it. The guy that Daniel Penny snuffed out on the subway had 47 priors. How do you have 47 anything in this lifetime? I don't even have 47 pairs of socks.
Justin says Greg finds it hilarious that the kid was beaten by 10 scumbags. Yes, Justin, that's exactly what I said. You dummy. You big dope. Oh, you just no idea. I'm the one who says, take the 12 and 13-year-olds and electrocute them. I don't care. I don't care. I'm just saying, I don't go by the name Big Balls. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying.
But think about, in all seriousness, think about these crimes, these swarms, these packs of kids who are out on the streets. And so the Democrats are the ones who claim that they care about children. The Democrats are the ones who it's about the children. They claim to care about education. They're the ones that banned these kids from schools. They're the ones, Governor Josh Shapiro, where are you as we talk about the budget? Not here yet. And what about vouchers for education? Because our public education in Philadelphia pretty much sucks, and we have a teacher shortage. We don't even have HVAC. We've got crumbling buildings. I thought Democrats cared about education. Education is the key to this. There is a direct link, if you look it up, between the violence of these younger and younger kids, some as young as 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. What do you think that is? Because they were the ones banned from schools, and they're the ones alienated from schools.
Goes back to the pandemic, Dawn.
It goes back to
it's a culture
it's
issue.
It was supersized. It definitely was supersized during the pandemic. Look at the ages of these kids, fatherless homes. All of this
gangs
goes together.
Gangs were a thing in the 90s.
They
gangs were
but
a
it's
thing
all
in the 90s.
Supersized.
That's what this is.
It's the culture you're brought up in, too.
It is. All of it matters.
It's a culture
but
thing.
Education is the key to solving this. And here in Pennsylvania, this is a real problem. We pay more money per child. We have among the highest averages when you add all that money up, 20 plus grand per child. And it sucks here in Philadelphia. That's not fair to kids.
I would probably argue that the likelihood of you ending up in this culture is smaller if you come from a two-parent household. You go to school, you participate in extracurriculars. Well, the reality is a lot of these, I don't know what's actually worse. What's the biggest issue right now?
No, go.
I was going to say now.
What's the biggest issue?
What's the bigger issue right now? Kids that don't have enough extracurriculars that are out running the streets for 8, 9, 10 hours a day, even if they attend school, or the fact that we can't get our kids off devices sitting on their ass and getting fat? That should be a question we analyze.
The best cure to crime rates is jobs and purpose.
All right. I'm going to do I'm going to say this. This is this is 26, Andrew. Hopefully we edited this. In Dallas, Texas. Walked into a Walgreens and just filled their bag with a bunch of stuff and walked out.
Yeah, it's like trick or treating.
They're in their pajamas.
Yeah.
These are kids that are in their pajamas.
Got to be cozy.
And they were given lip that, like, we don't have to pay the blah 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 blah. Roll this.
You got like 10 seconds to open up this door. I swear to God, I'm gonna break this door.
Look at this.
10. Open it. I'll call mama. Call mama. Shut been do out of town, hoe. Show 4 out of there. Dad do that.
He called her a hoe, or she called her a hoe, whatever that is. Just in case you can't. Look at this. How young are these kids?
10 and under.
They had no idea what what COVID was. This is a cultural issue.
Open up this door before we break this.
Look at this.
Go ahead. I'm finna break some of my God. I'm finna. You guys must be dumb. I would like that for you too, y'all. Do not play with it.
You do not like that, but you can't open the door.
Do not play with it. Open this door, my trash it.
Those kids have
I will
no
trash
shot.
this off.
I will trash.
No future.
Where do you think that comes from? The parents.
Yep.
Because you know why? Because there's a follow-up video to that we don't have, where they took to social media with the mother and basically was like, yeah, we did it and we do it again, blah, 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 blah. No, we're not apologizing, this whole thing.
And where was that at?
Dallas, Texas.
At Dallas Walgreens?
Dallas Walgreens.
Interesting.
So I'm just saying that, like, this is these children have absolutely no future.
None.
Because of the culture and the homes they grew up in.
Mm-hmm.
So, they'll probably all have a life of crime and gangs because that's the culture that they live in.
Yeah, and it doesn't help that Democrats tell them that they're never going to succeed and they're going to be discriminated against and they're going to have to work 10 times as hard or be hired by a DEI policy. That's what happens when you feed people negative thoughts about your ability to do something in life. Then you resort to this when you don't have to.
Yeah, I'm simply saying that, yes, your zip code, unfortunately, does determine your success in life. That's true. That's against you. But the fact that these kids, thinking about their age and when they did not start kindergarten and first grade and they were doing either remote learning or, they were banned from the classroom at that point, not starting kindergarten, first, second grade, definitely pushes you back even further. And I think the pandemic, I can tell you, it just caused gaps in learning and it disrupted all of our lives in many different ways. So I think it is a factor, but I think you're right too. I think all of the above can be true.
By the way, I got to say this. Hat tip to Andrew Torres. He did something Phil Umquist could not do.
Uh-oh.
And that was edit things and not have to have me play it.
Do your job.
That is a great job by you, Andrew.
I don't care if more work. Do it.
Go, Andrew.
Well, Phil, maybe.
We love Phil.
Maybe
number one job in radio.
Maybe
don't get in trouble with the FCC.
Doesn't Phil show up at 4 a.m. just to print all your stuff?
Maybe Phil needs to stay in Palm Springs.
Aww.
All the Phil timers out there.
Aww.
Look, I'm not. I am not loyal.
Wow.
I'm just after the person who can do the best job.
Jeez.
Bingo hand job.
By the way, it's not true. You guys know I'm more loyal than anybody.
He's very loyal.
Unless you cross me, then you're dead to me.
We would never do that. Because you give good cut sheets.
Can I play this? So yesterday we played the Benny Johnson interview with Holly, the woman who was savagely beaten by grotesque individuals. Well, she gave a press conference yesterday because now all of a sudden the media. I said it yesterday. I was like, why does it take Benny Johnson to do an interview? Well, now all of a sudden the media is interested in what she has to say.
Oh, of course.
It's amazing how stuff like that works. She went off yesterday. Roll this.
First and foremost, I just want to say that I don't want to relive what happened to me, 8 or 9 days ago. I'm here to talk about the future and how we can change it, how we can prevent this from happening to anybody else. These heinous crimes have to stop. I never want this to happen to anyone else, especially a mother, a daughter, somebody who is loved. So I just know what it's done to my family, not just to me. And I think that moving forward, we do need more accountability. And I definitely think that, we need more police officers, but like he said, the judges who are just letting people out with a slap. The man who attacked me and might have permanently damaged me forever should never have been on the streets, ever. And the fact that he had just gotten out of jail previously for something he should have been in there for years.
Oh, for God's sake.
It's really sad to me because I can't even fathom how many
closet,
other people who have been attacked by the same type of man over and over and over. In Toledo, in Columbus, Cincinnati, Dayton, our streets are being taken over and nobody is doing anything. I am so sad, and I need to be the voice to help all of the victims that never got their justice. The biggest thing that I think really upsets me is the desensitization of humans, where there's a brutal attack, attempted murder in front of you, and they all think, oh, cool, let me get my phone and record it. I truly hope that in the future there's some sort of bill to where somebody has to be prosecuted or at least fined if they don't call 911 first to save someone's life. I have felt hopeless for the future of my children, what kind of world they're going to grow up in, because it has just gotten, worse and worse.
What do you guys think about that? A bill to prosecute you if you take out your phone instead of calling 911 first?
I don't think that's going to stick. I think it would be challenged.
Yeah, it's a slippery slope. You're not obligated to be a good Samaritan.
I would rather.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I think you're right, Nick. I think I would rather incentivize people in some way.
Well, they've de-incentivized you to be a good Samaritan because if you jump in, then they prosecute you.
Yep.
Daniel Penny.
Right? I mean, and this is a trickle-down effect. I mean, yes, we do need more cops, and yes, cops can help prevent some things, but we need DAs.
Thank you.
And judges.
Yes.
Stop voting for these morons that don't want to prosecute.
Hold them accountable for this. That's exactly it, because you're absolutely right. More cops, great. They're going to arrest them. But then it's going to take somebody to actually prosecute them and not let them out on $400 bail, which I think one of them was.
And it doesn't have to
on.
fall on party lines. Like, if I get it, Philadelphia, whatever it is, 80% Democrat. You can vote against Trump and still vote for law and order DAs and judges in this city. You could change your party affiliation. You could say, well, I don't like Trump's policies because of ABC or XYZ. But you know what? I am tired of seeing people get out of jail for $400. Vote for somebody that will actually prosecute. Stop re-electing these people like Larry Krasner or the DA in Atlanta who doesn't prosecute anybody. Terrible.
YouTube.com/@1210WPHT. Please hit that like and subscribe buttons. Let me see where we're at here. Nick, get Bucks County Estate Traders ready. Let me see where we're at here. We are at 260 likes. Okay, woo-hoo! I need 40 people right now. 40 people to hit that like button. 40 people hit that like button so we can get over 300. More of the cut sheet coming up.
All right, Jimmy Fail is going to be with us as well. But speaking of Bucks County, let's get to Bucks County Estate Traders because they don't make furniture like they used to. We're all tired of cheap, mass-produced junk. And when you're buying furniture, you don't want that. That's why Bucks County Estate Traders is the place to go. Their Hatfield showroom, over 16,000 pieces of high-end furniture, brands that you know and trust, Stickley, Baker, Henredon, and you can save thousands compared to new retail prices. And it doesn't matter what you're looking for. Style is a big thing, and they've got every style. Classic, modern, rustic, traditional, and every room, living room, dining room, home office, man cave, bedroom. And unlike the big box stores, if you see something you love, take it home the same day. And just like the big box stores, the big corporate stores out there, they have all the technology. Pull out your phone, take a picture, QR code, displays the details instantly. And here's a pro tip. Check out their website. Call ahead. They'll have the pieces you want ready to show you when you arrive. Visit BucksCountyEstateTraders.com or stop by their showroom in Hatfield.
Summer is here, and it's time to plan your style staycation with Bob's Discount Furniture, where you can find everyday low prices on the hottest styles. The comfiest Consumer Reports recommended mattresses, fast, friendly delivery, and flexible financing to fit your budget. Go to MyBobs.com for details. So stock up and score everyday low prices, delivered on time all summer long at your nearest store or at MyBobs.com.
Oh, my Bob!
Bob's Discount Furniture.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit information kit. 800-311-9595. That's 800-311-9595.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
Jim Cipriotti at Retire Ready Financial Group doesn't need Google to know you're worried about retirement. Between inflation, rising taxes, and the uncertainty about Social Security, he understands. That's why he offers a complimentary retirement second opinion. It's a no-obligation meeting for you to talk about your concerns about retirement. You want to know if you're going to be okay? Let's find out. 610-894-7415 or go online, retirereadyfg.com.
Insurance and annuities offered through James V. Cipriotti, NPN number 2083768.
When my business was taking off, our old phone system just wasn't cutting it. We needed fewer missed calls, more flexibility, and better visibility into customer conversations. That's when I found OpenPhone.
OpenPhone is the all-in-one system for small businesses and growing teams. Manage multiple numbers from one device, work seamlessly as a team with shared numbers, and stay organized with AI-powered call transcripts, summaries, and next steps, so nothing gets missed and your team responds faster. OpenPhone integrates with tools you already use, like Slack, HubSpot, and Zapier, so everything's connected and efficient.
Having tried just about every relevant small business phone system, OpenPhone is truly in a league of its own. It's now essential to how we run our business, and I couldn't be happier with the value it brings.
See why over 60,000 businesses trust OpenPhone. Try OpenPhone for free at openphone.com/try and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's openphone.com/try. openphone.com/TRY.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Keeping free speech alive. Odyssey's #1 talk station. Talk Radio 1210. WPHT. WPHT.
Saturday evening, Soul Joel's in Pottstown, Pennsylvania is the place to be because
it burns his old droopy nuts.
The great Jimmy Fallon will be performing and he's performing with us for the next 25 minutes. Hello, Jimmy. How are you, bud?
Fired up, and yes, there will be some droopy nut burning. It's a separate fee, but it's a worth it fee. You're going to feel better.
FoxAcrossAmerica.com. Jimmy Fallon with us. And by the way, good article that you wrote for the website on Bud Light, Sydney Sweeney. I mean, how have they not signed that girl yet?
Yo, they would print money if they threw some Sydney Sweeney back into those ads.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because people, you're right about that. People would protest by it. And for anybody who doesn't know what Nick's referring to, I wrote an op-ed at foxnews.com. And if you like reading at a third grade level, you are going to love this. It is like borderline scratch and sniff when I write .com. You're going to love it.
We spent a good majority of the show today, Jimmy Fallon, talking about you. So I hope your ears were ringing because we did a whole discussion on your article.
Thanks for making my show easy today.
Jimmy, I'm writing show prep now. I love that.
Yes.
I love that.
So I have to ask you, because we are theoretically in the middle of the cut sheet here. Did you see South Park last night and their roasting of Kristi Noem?
Yeah, I was just going to say that. It's supposed to be the Charlie Kirk episode.
Yeah.
But it was all Noem. It was vicious. The joke at the end with the flying dog killed me. And the dog. Killed me and the dog.
So in case you got, Andrew, you don't have to play it. Because of copyright reasons, we can't play the video. But let me just play a little bit of the audio from last night so people know what I'm talking about.
Welcome to the team, recruits. I'm Kristi Noem, head of Homeland Security. Oh, she seems nice. Okay, very pretty. A few years ago, I had to put my puppy down by shooting it in the face. Because sometimes doing what's important means doing what's hard.
It's just shooting dogs.
Whoa. Now we'll ask the same determination of you. Because detaining and questioning people is never easy.
Just shooting dogs in the head.
Oh, God! As the face of Homeland Security, I'll be leading the way. And together we'll make sure everyone is in this country legally. So let's get out there and get them, recruits. Together we can make it happen.
Jimmy, we're in the content business, and South Park has to be saying, this is a buffet.
Yeah. They cleaned up on that one, man. The Botox draining out of the face, and at one point, I don't mean spoil it for anybody, but her face slides off and starts terrorizing people at a dinner party. And you got to be able to laugh at that, man. Anybody who's a conservative, like I watched it, I definitely laughed. I was like, oh, they got a good one here, man.
Well, you're right, though.
If comedy's going to win.
Yeah. But wasn't it supposed to be the whole spoofing of Charlie Kirk? I saw a still shot where they even had the hair perfectly manicured like the way Charlie Kirk wears his haircut.
Straight up. But you want to know what their challenge to him was? It's hard for them to lay a glove on him because he is technically more popular with young people than they are now.
Yeah.
Like real. We watch South Park, but we're not the people showing up to those campus debates. If you or I show up to one of those campuses, an ankle bracelet goes off. Okay. Charlie has a huge following with those kids, and they like him.
Yeah.
So as much as they want to cartoon the idea of him, if you could see it, they didn't really land a lot of clean shots on him, but Noam got as many shots as her dog did.
Oh God, it was a great episode. Good on them for doing. So, did you guys see this? This is the Seattle Kraken. Their mascot was charged by a grizzly bear during the team's fishing trip in Alaska. Did you guys see this?
The Seattle Kraken, the NHL franchise?
The NHL franchise, yeah. So they were out fishing. I'm unclear why. I guess it was a photo op. I'm unclear why the mascot, the dude who's dressed up, or maybe it's a gal, I don't know, dressed up, like needed to wear it during a fishing trip, unless it was
always got to stay in character.
But then a grizzly bear saw it and was like, "Oh, not today, Satan! Roll this."
Oh my God! Look at it coming!
Look at it coming! Oh my God! Going after the.
Get the Kraken!
Oh my God! And by the way, grizzly bears, not nice.
No.
They're not those black bears that you see kind of fumfering around in your campsite. Grizzly bears will kill you graveyard dead.
That's correct.
Well, unless it's mating season and the mascot's just going to get humped, which could be pretty funny.
We will kill you graveyard dead.
One thing the Kraken mascot never wants to hear about again.
Yeah.
Are the WNBA people who complain about getting hit by dildos.
Yeah, true.
Or sex toys or whatever they are.
It's absolutely true.
It's like, your mascot got hit by a sex toy. I got attacked by a grizzly.
Jimmy, I think we're up to 4 now. If my green sex toy tracker is accurate, CNN doesn't have the count up on the screen, but I think it's 4.
By the way, one of the perpetrators, Caden Lopez, of course his name is Caden. He's 18. He was accused of hitting someone with a sex toy.
Yeah.
I think it was the one we played yesterday with the one that hit Sophie Cunningham.
Yep.
This is we have his mugshot. This is 33 there, Andrew.
Yeah.
If you have this, his mugshot.
Yeah, and this will be the closest that this slob ever gets to Sophie Cunningham.
He looks just like every Gen Z waste. You know what I mean? Do we not have his photo?
But he looks like he should be videotaping himself harassing a Walmart employee. You know that whole genre of kids? Like, my son's been watching him since he was like 8.
Yeah.
It's just like, douchey white kids who go into like a Target and just upset the staff. And little kids find it funny, but you're like, all right, you're being an a-hole. Like, that sort of thing. And this is an outgrowth of that. Because no one is, maybe you know this, Nick, because I don't. Was there a reason this started? Or it's just somebody do it and it spawned copycats?
I think it's because I think it just started. And as soon as everybody started covering it, everybody jumped on the bandwagon. I mean, think about what we've talked about, Jimmy. Nobody talks about the WNBA. But the two talking points are how Caitlin Clark is treated by the rest of the league and sex toys. That's the WNBA in the last 30 years. Yeah. If you've missed the league.
No, straight up.
Here's the picture. Here's the picture. Throw it up there.
Yeah.
Look at this guy.
Oh, gee.
That was definitely his dildo as well.
Oh, wow.
There's no doubt, right, Jimmy?
Oh, wow. Yeah, look at that guy's a winner.
YouTube.com.
That's his profile picture from the dating app I'mGonnaDieAlone.com.
YouTube.com/@1210WPHT. If you want to see all these photos, please hit the like and subscribe buttons while you are there. She did this over a 10-piece chicken wing. A Milwaukee DoorDasher says customer came to her home, vandalized her car over a chicken order. Jimmy, I don't know if you do DoorDash in your house, but when they don't get my order right, I wanna smash some things. I want to smash some things.
I don't smash anything. When they don't get my delivery right, I call Tom Homan. I'm like, you, my friend, have lost. You've been voted off this great island of America. I don't send the food back. I send the delivery guy back.
Start it over, Andrew, please.
There we go.
Morris's live now.
This ain't no junkyard car. This is a 2024.
Faith Morris's livelihood as a DoorDash delivery driver.
I can no longer work right now. I can't make deliveries.
Now out of commission with $6,000 worth of damage. All over $18 worth of fast food.
I was outside for 10 minutes. This is the hood. I'm not about to sit outside with my kids in front of somebody's house I don't know for over 10 minutes.
This search warrant says Faith was unable to complete the delivery due to losing internet connection with the DoorDash app and returned home. Faith says that's when the customer bombarded her with calls.
She says, you just told me to have a blessed night. You said you was at home. I got your location.
Minutes later, a knock on her door caught on camera before Faith says she saw the woman proceed to bash her car. She believes the customer was able to track her home using the app's GPS since the order was never delivered.
I actually need a lawyer so that by the end of this, I can own DoorDash and change the policy. Because first of all...
Oh, boy.
Yes, DoorDash policies need to change.
DoorDash sent TMJ4 a statement that says... This customer's actions are completely uncalled for, unacceptable, and disturbing. We have permanently banned them from our platform and are in touch with the Dasher directly to offer our support. The Milwaukee Police Department says the investigation is ongoing. We are seeking a known suspect at this time.
What do you hope happens to the person who did this to you?
I hope that they don't take this lightly at all. What she did, this is not warranted a 10-piece chicken wing.
Reporting in Milwaukee, Ben Jordan, TMJ4 News.
I said breasts with those thighs and drumsticks.
Has anyone remarked that the person who destroyed her car could have driven out and just picked up the nuggets? It's like you just went through all that trouble to GPS this woman's car, find her address, show up and wreck the car. You passed the chicken.
God, this is the hood. I can't be sitting here for 10 minutes.
But that woman was also charged with impersonating a Jasmine Crockett.
Los Angeles neighbors sneak up and catch a serial mail thief red-handed. A shirtless neighbor who caught the incident on camera says the man looked like Sloth from the Goonies had a baby with Shrek. The neighbors in Studio City say mail has been stolen from them for weeks, so they decided to take things into their own hands. He says, I popped it up to film him, and he tried to swat the phone away. He went to swing, missed. I sprayed him again. He sprays him with, like, pepper spray. This video courtesy of ABC 7 News in Los Angeles. Roll this.
You like to steal mail?
Uh-oh.
You like to steal mail? Yeah? You like to steal mail?
Oh!
Huh?
Whoa.
Huh? You like to steal mail? You like to steal mail, mother?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Where are you going? Huh? Oh!
Yeah, this is what we need. Street justice.
Probably gonna get sued.
Yeah, I know.
Not, dude. He put on the exact same hat from the wanted poster. He had that exact same dumb look on his face, like, huh? He then got on the exact same scooter and had the exact same duffel bag. And the cops were like, are you sure? And I went, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. He looked like Sloth from the Goonies had a baby with Shrek, and that's what this man looked like. Big receding hairline, 6'4", just, I don't mean to do this. Well, make an example out of you. You push us long enough, we're going to make an example out of you. I was going to duct tape him to the telephone pole, but the police were like, no, that's dead.
Oh, that would have been epic.
A low-budget Johnny Depp movie called Porch Pirates of the Caribbean.
Porch Pirates of the Caribbean.
By the way, did that guy need to be shirtless to do that interview?
In his world, yes. That's one of the problems with working out that much and getting those tattoos is you have to show them to people.
Right.
It's why academics make bad radio hosts. When you have to constantly tell the audience how smart you are.
Yes.
So you're reciting like quorum rules for recess appointments, and truckers are passed out driving off the highway.
Yep.
Because you just show everybody how smart you were. That's why guys like us work in radio. It's the people who actually do communicate like 7th grade boys.
Speak for yourselves.
Yeah. I was just going to say that. Stensland is, yeah.
Don't lump Dawn in with us.
Yeah, I stand corrected. 8th grade boys in your case. Sorry.
We've been talking on this show. I'm sure you did too, Jamie, about how Big Balls was attacked in Washington D.C.
Big balls.
So because of that, Jimmy, and because of you being here and your 8th grade sense of humor, like Nick and I, we have a little montage just to remember.
Hairy balls.
We just remember this is 15, Andrew. Let's just remember how news media handled Big Balls.
And ponder big balls.
Big balls.
Big balls.
Big balls.
Big balls who work for Elon Musk's so-called Department of Government Efficiency, Doge.
In the one case of the Big Balls kid, a literal teenager.
Big balls online. Big balls here that Katie's talking about. A 19-year-old that goes by the username Big Balls. So that would be one way that we could refer to him.
Young computer whizzes, the aforementioned big balls.
Because who among us doesn't feel better about big balls, big balls, big balls in charge of American air traffic control?
It's amazing there, Jimmy, is that Rachel Maddow is not interested in big balls, but Anderson Cooper loves big balls.
He light up like a Christmas tree.
He's like Hercules.
My favorite moment of the Big Balls era, I was on Laura Ingraham, right? And it was funny because she knew she has enough self-awareness that she didn't want to say big balls on TV and get cut in that exact montage type thing you just showed.
Yeah.
So I was on with her and I realized it because she's like, when Doge has the nicked, and I was like, oh, you're talking about big balls. And she was like, yes, because she didn't have to say it. But she wanted to discuss it on the show.
Yeah.
She just didn't want to be in a supercut that just started her going, big balls, big balls, big balls. It's you people.
I know.
It's you people. My sweet, precious Laura Ingraham has to worry about at night. It's morning punks like the big balled her for all of eternity.
Internet is forever, and we have the receipts.
Absolutely. We absolutely do. So are these California Canadian wildfires, are they affecting you up there in New York, Jimmy? Because we're like, it's been hazy here and we haven't,
It's like, you know what it is, man? It's like, it's hard for us to tell because there's so many weed clouds in the city. Everybody's like, yeah, it's the wildfires from Canada. I'm like, no, they're from 48th Street. It's the wildfires from the construction site down the block from Fox. They've been going on for 30 years. This isn't climate change. It's shift change. A new group up and gotten hot.
Yeah. Well, hiking is no longer permitted in Nova Scotia due to the risk of wildfires, with the premier telling people to stay out the woods. Stay out of the woods. Cut 11, Andrew.
A leisurely walk in the woods is no longer allowed in Nova Scotia, and it may not be for the rest of the summer.
Wow.
Effective 4 p.m. today, we're telling Nova Scotians, stay out of the woods.
Nova Scotia's premier announced today a ban on activities in the forest because of extreme dry conditions and the risk of wildfires.
Hiking, camping, fishing, and the use of vehicles in the woods are not permitted. Trail systems through woods are off limits.
At these walking trails in the heart of Sydney, some agreed with the move while others didn't.
As long as you're not starting a fire or smoking, that kind of thing, you should be able to walk there.
It kind of sucks for the campers and anybody out tenting.
Out tenting?
But it's probably necessary.
At these wooded trails in Coxheath, the entrance is blocked off. The people who run the trails say while they understand the province's move, it's also unfortunate.
So there's some expansions and upgrades that we had hoped to finish this summer that, depending on how long this goes, it will be slowed down.
According to the province, the penalty for violators will be the same as it is for the burn ban put in last week, $25,000, though camping is allowed at registered campsites and some exceptions will be made for work in the woods.
So they can get a permit to carry out their operations on Crown lands. They may need to operate at night, which can take place.
The Premier says with nothing but more dry weather expected in the coming days, the move is being made now to try and avoid a major wildfire like the one outside of Halifax 2 years ago.
We've had briefings from Environment Canada about the near-term forecast, and there is no significant rain in sight.
As for how long this ban on being in the...
Well, here's all I know is that big balls will never be assaulted in Coxheath.
Yeah, no, never. And I cannot promise everyone coming to Pottstown my Taj Greg just played us. It's about 8 hours and 5. I'm kidding. It's crazy though.
Yeah.
I mean, I do remember when this blew down, into Manhattan a few years ago, and we were getting like those orange sunsets and everything like this.
Yeah.
What I get mad about when this happens is obviously if someone started a wildfire, but everybody ruins every social media app for about 72 hours with like, look at this shot I got in a cloud. And then they put 7 filters on it. And it's like, what are we even doing here? Like, why are we here? Back to the whole, are aliens real? Yeah, they flew here. They saw what we were doing on our phones and they left.
YouTube.com/@1210WPHT. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons. Also, please make sure you are going to see Jimmy Fallon in Pottstown.
Woo!
Pottstown Soul Joel's. Tickets are available. It's August 9th, right? Right, Jimmy?
Yeah. Saturday night. Let's go.
Saturday night.
You can be there. That's hot.
Nick is trying to get out of jail free card so he can. Is Zioli glomming onto another one of your appearances and showing up there too?
I don't know that he's coming. I haven't confirmed that, because if it's not televised, he probably doesn't want to. He can't say he's on TV. You know what I'm saying? No, that guy will show up in somebody's wedding video. I've seen it. I've seen him barge into catering halls. I'm like, you don't even know these people. He's like, that's right. There's a camera. It's gonna be rowdy as hell. We're excited. Champ's fired up. I love Pottstown. And Nick, if you're getting a get out of jail free card for real, because we have a lot of frisky, chubby chasers that come to my show.
Oh, I love that.
Women, this is a really funny thing. Lincoln has to put up with this on the road. Lincoln gets hit on by horny cougars, like crazy. Yeah. And for real, we were flying down to Florida when I was touring with Hannity, and the flight attendants were like, "Oh, your son, he looks like a young Robert Redford." And I go, "He doesn't know who that is." She goes, "I can teach him a few things."
Wow. Wow. That's amazing. Lincoln. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Soft, chubby, fat-looking children.
By the way,
Nick, go ahead.
Road Warrior asking what time the show starts, what time you'll go on and all that stuff.
They tell me the show itself kicks at 8, and then the network apology from Fox comes out at about 8:22. They're like, we didn't sanction any of this material. This is not televised. They're like, Rich Scioli is not a member of the network, nor its affiliates.
Well, it's probably a shorter commute for Scioli to go from Cherry Hill to Manhattan than it is Cherry Hill to Pottstown. So he's probably not going to show up.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. But no, everybody who comes out, what you're going to see, and this is funny, as everything you watch me do on TV is TV. There's elements. We go to videos. You go to SOTs. You talk about, look at what the president said. This is just raw, man. Yeah. I told Scioli this yesterday. When I'm live, it's Scared Straight. You guys all remember Scared Straight, where the mouthy teenager gets locked in the room with the ex-con who screams at him about getting sexually assaulted in prison if he doesn't turn his life around. Well, my show is what would happen if the kid didn't turn his life around. Okay. What if he liked what the ex-con was saying? And he was like, you know what? I'm getting nothing but F's because I want to bring home that D. That's my show.
Jimmy Fallon, thank you, buddy.
Thanks, dude.
Amazing.
Love you, Jimmy.
Amazing.
I'll hopefully see you Saturday night, bud.
Woo!
You'll see two of me. Can't wait.
Sold Joel's in Pottstown. Get tickets right now. FoxAcrossAmerica.com. What are you waiting for? Come on. FoxAcrossAmerica.com. Get them now. Thank you,
and he just logged off.
Yeah. Love Jimmy Fallon. Dawn talks about Piazza.
Piazza, because I'm reporting from the Piazza Auto Group and Piazza Premium Autos studio. And we've got some great news from my friends at the Piazza Auto Group, because Acura has just been named America's best value luxury brand in Kelley Blue Book's 2025 Consumer Choice Awards. That means top performance, cutting-edge tech, unmistakable style, all with long-term value, and you can trust it. From the sporty Integra to the all-new ADX Acura, delivering more for your drive and for your dollar. Just visit them, Piazza Acura in Ardmore, Reading, or Westchester. You can always go online, PiazzaAcura.com, for all the special offers that are going right now. But make sure that PIAZZA, PiazzaAutogroup.com. Tell them Dawn sent you.
Stop buying gold online. Edelman's Coins is the Philadelphia area's largest buyer and seller of gold and silver bullion. Family owned for 99 years, Edelman's Coins has continued to provide ultra-competitive pricing paired with unparalleled customer service. With transparent buy-sell spreads, you know you will always get a fair deal. When buying or selling bullion or coins, think Edelman's Coins. Call 215-572-6480 or visit edelmanscoins.com.
Do you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is letting everyone know about great debt relief options now available to help people with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of your credit card debt. Get a free debt relief consultation when you call 800-586-4040. 800-586-4040. 800-586-4040.
Summer brings the heat, but will your water heater? Bradford White knows no one wants to be out of hot water, no matter what the temperature is outside. Whether it's a vacation home or your everyday home, you need reliable hot water. You need a Bradford White. Bradford White water heaters are built to be the best, with both the efficiency and performance you deserve. Ask your plumbing professional to make it hot with a Bradford White water heater. Visit BradfordWhite.com to learn more and find a pro near you.
Tune in to the Crash Proof Retirement Show Saturdays at 11 a.m. to hear Joanne Small-Canella and Tracy Stillman. The Crash Proof Retirement Show, Saturday mornings at 11 on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/radio to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio. HIMS.com/RADIO.
At Citizens, we know when you're into something, you seek out advice. We all do. When you were into fitness, you got a trainer.
Another 12 reps. Let's go.
Wellness, a meditation expert.
And breathe.
And a stylist when you realized fuchsia wasn't your color.
That's so you.
So, what about advice for your money? From making a plan to reaching your goals, Citizens has the guidance you've been looking for all along. Make sense of your money with Citizens. Get started at your local branch or online at citizensbank.com/made-ready.
Hi, this is Dom Giordano, and I'm thrilled to tell you that beginning in September, my friend and board-certified prosthodontist Dr. Robert Bentz is expanding his services and availability with a new prosthodontist joining the team. So if you're a patient with complex dental issues or a general dentist that can use some backup on complicated issues, Bentz Dental Group is your #1 solutions provider. Call Dr. Bentz 610-272-6949 or visit bentzdentalgroup.com.
You've got to see Scott Kia's new location in Limerick, with their focus is on you. Relax with an easy, transparent, and enjoyable car buying experience with a stunning new showroom, a state-of-the-art service center, and a staff that understands your time is valuable and will treat you like a VIP. It's time to experience what a 5-star service truly feels like. They are focusing on you, and that's changing everything. And that's why it's always smooth sailing at Scott Kia of Limerick, just off Route 422.
At Verizon, lock in a low price on the best 5G in Philly and be the best you. Check where your ride is for your trip into the office, get that almost impossible dinner reservation, and save big with Verizon while you do it all. Switch today and pay $50 a month for a single line. That's right, just $50 a month when you bring in your phone on unlimited welcome with auto pay plus taxes and fees. Stop by your nearest Verizon store today. $15 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming and 2G speeds. Rankings based on route metrics. Route score report dated 2H2024. Your results may vary. Additional terms apply.
WPHT, WPHT HD, WOGL HD3 Philadelphia. From the Piazza Premium Automobile Studios, powering your drive with 10 brands and 20 locations. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Eggland's Best, the only eggs with more fresh and delicious taste, plus superior nutrition. Eggland's Best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
Hit the road this season to watch our world champion football team. Book your trip with Fans of Philly. Trips are now available for pre-order to Kansas City, Tampa Bay, Green Bay, and more. Travel in style with transportation, a pregame party, and game tickets to enjoy the Birds on the road this season with Fans of Philly, the official travel partner of 94 WIP and the Eagles Radio Network. Book now at fansofphilly.com. That's fans with a PH of Philly.com.
Now, you can listen to Talk Radio 1210 WPHT on the iHeartRadio app.
.903 as we kick off the fourth and final hour here on a Thursday morning. Talk Radio, Talk Radio 1210 WPHT. Nick Kayal, Don Stensland, Greg Stocker.
Drinking more of that iced coffee, Kale?
Actually, I just filled up during the break.
Yep.
But I'm choking on a blueberry.
By the way, we started this in the 7 o'clock hour, so 2 hours ago. Is cold coffee out of line? That's the YouTube poll question today. Is cold coffee out of? Because I said it's just you should not drink cold coffee.
Yeah, you called me a communist and a Nazi.
For drinking, yes, since Nazi is the word of the day.
Yep.
Only Nazis drink cold coffee.
Anytime you do something that somebody else doesn't like, you call them a Nazi. That's the rule.
That's what I did. Right now, well, you'll have to go there and vote. Voting hot and heavy, by the way, on this. But there's a clear favorite right now. So get on over to YouTube and hit that like button and that subscribe button. We're at 341 likes. I need 60 people right now to hit that like button. 60 to get us over 400.
That's right.
Thank you.
Or we're not going to give you Fight Club in 5 minutes.
Oh, Fight Club in 5 minutes. It's a good one today. There are wigs. Yeah,
we've been light on the accessories lately.
Let's go with, what number is this here? Linda McMahon. She was at a conservative conference yesterday. She started talking, and I gotta admit, this is kind of funny. It was interrupted by audio of, like, somebody broke into the audio and called her a corrupt billionaire.
Oh, boy.
This is 39, Andrew.
So somebody cut into the audio?
Yeah. Watch this.
To some of the senators about this, I said, we're going to take this. The funding will come from the Department of Education.
So let's talk free speech. Linda McMahon is a corrupt billionaire donor who knows nothing.
Apparently, it's the CCP didn't like that. They're cutting into our technology.
We're getting a little feedback.
Let's go to a C-SPAN caller.
I think it was a few of the liberal senators in connection with the CCP thought they'd try and cut into that.
So, what's interesting is that when I talked to
So Linda McMahon is a corrupt billionaire who doesn't know anything, except she was the financial genius for the WWF, with Vince McMahon behind him being the creative genius. Then the first time around, I believe, with Trump, she was in the Small Business Administration. And now she's heading up the Department of Education and shutting down a bunch of people who don't know their ass from their elbow, like the teachers' unions and all of those nutbags like Randy Weingarten. I would actually argue, although that's a pretty funny moment, Linda McMahon's a pretty sharp lady.
Well, she actually did have some points yesterday.
By the way, how do we feel about any of our elected leaders and cabinet members and administration people being interrupted by people like that in these settings? Usually we get the protesters that run out with, a sign, or they've got some message to put across. Do we need to do a better job of screening the people that get into these events?
Well, I think that was more of somebody, some audio visual guy, audio video guy. You know what I mean?
You think that was a C-SPAN employee?
Well, this wasn't C-SPAN.
Like a hot mic?
This wasn't C-SPAN. This was some sort of conservative action. C-SPAN broadcasted.
Right.
I think it was somebody there who was doing the audio visual thing. You know how when we did the live broadcast at the NAC for we had to hire an audio video company to come out and do it, and I could tell as soon as the guy walked in that he wasn't a fan of what we do.
Oh, okay.
So it was one of those who, at any moment, he could have just broken into our broadcast and said something.
They don't know what the they're doing.
Obviously, he didn't, but that's what I'm guessing this was.
Okay.
All right, cut 8 here. She actually said some things about, because she's the education secretary. She actually said something about the test scores for kids and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Cut 8, roll.
Well, and I bet you would attest to this, that governors are competitive.
Yes.
They want their state to do well. So if another state is outperforming what you're doing in your state, you take a look at what they're doing. How does that work? The state of Mississippi, just a few years ago, implemented what was called the science of reading. Yeah. They went back to teaching phonetics and looking at outcomes. And they had what was called the Mississippi Miracle. They went from number 50 in education literacy development up to about number 30-something to start with. And then they're making progress, all along. Louisiana has adopted it. Florida has adopted the science of reading. Iowa now. Many other states have as well. And they are seeing their national report card called the NAEP scores go up. Now, I bet you might have heard this statistic, but it's incredible to me that currently in our country, that eighth graders, only 30% of eighth graders are reading proficiently. 30%. That means 70% are not.
That's amazing.
And a little bit less than that are math proficient. So we have to get these scores up. We are way, way down the list internationally as well. And when President Trump came in and saw those scores that came out shortly after he won the election, he said, this has to change. This is embarrassing. And he was angry about it. So not only did he charge me that we have to close down the Department of Education, and when I'll just take a little side note, when I was being confirmed, Senate confirmed for the position, I was really attacked a little bit by some of the senators who were saying, so what are you actually going to be doing? Why would you close down the Department of Education? And I said, Senator, clearly something that we're doing is not working. We've spent $3 trillion since the Department of Education was established, and we've seen our performance scores occasionally tick up a little bit. By and large there, the graph has gone like this. We're not doing something right. Let's make sure that we are changing what we're doing.
I mean, for Mississippi to make those improvements is impressive. I actually just pulled up usnews.com, the top states based on education. Believe it or not, 5 of the top 8 are red states. Number 1 is New Jersey. Florida is 2. Colorado 3. Utah 4. Massachusetts 5. And then Wyoming 6. Wisconsin 7. South Dakota 8. 4 of the top 8 are red states. Did not expect that. You always expect, Mississippi and Arkansas and, the Southeast to be behind some of the red states. Again, where is Florida not excelling at, by the way? Economically, education-wise? Kick-ass state.
Traditionally, it is New Jersey is 1 or 2.
Yep, New Jersey's 1 here.
Traditionally.
Yep, and this is pre-K through 12.
All right, it's 9:10. Take it away, Jimmy Kelly.
Kayal and Company Fight Club.
You're looking for a fight.
I am looking for a fight.
Fights will go on as long as they have to.
We know fights equal rating.
You got knocked the out, man.
We are gonna knock you out.
Fight Club!
I love the new edition.
Me too. My Fight Club on this Thursday, sponsored by Tri-County Auto Group. 3 locations, 1 priority you. Visit tricounty.com. That's tricounty.com. Thank you, Tri-County Auto Group, for sponsoring the ever-important Thursday edition of Fight Club. Get on over to YouTube right now to see this video, youtube.com/@1210WPHT, where the weave comes back. Dawn Stenzel. The weave is back, the wig. Again, this is in a classroom of some sort. People were a little offended yesterday that we had the fight because the kids that were fighting seemed young, and they didn't like that. But I said that they were uploaded on the internet, so
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Right?
Like, I don't know.
It's not like we stole somebody's phone.
No,
and posted him.
and it's not. It's a fight. It's a fight that happens. There's
Yeah. And don't forget, this is the last fight of the week because we've determined that on Fridays now with the polls.
I've decided that I'm not going to do that.
Oh.
Oh.
So we're going to go with the 5th, even though we can't vote for 5.
I agree, because you know what? The people on Friday, here's the thing, is that, like, we have a loyal audience here. Biggest time spent listening in all of Philadelphia. Thank you very much for that.
How about that? How about that?
No, number 1 is 12.
Yeah.
Number 1 is 1210 WPHT. Number 2 is 1210 WPHT stream. So thank you for
time spent listening.
Yeah, which by the way, those metrics mean way more to advertisers than anything else.
How does that make you feel, sports stations?
Thank you.
How does that make you feel, rock stations? How does that make you feel, Top 40 and Hot AC and all you honks and hacks that get FM sticks? How does that make you feel? Little old 1210 AM, little old conservative talk radio.
He's spiking the football again.
If you don't like it, then don't let me break the goal line. The Eagles are back tonight.
I obviously tell you all this for a reason. You know what I mean? Because I know exactly what you're going to do with it.
Yes.
All right, let's for what people actually came here for. Thank you for that ticker count going up. I love to see that ticker count go up. Make sure you're hitting that like button. Like I said, I want to get over 400. 60 people. Get over there right now and hit the like button. All right, Andrew Torres, you're doing a fabulous job today, my friend.
He is.
Roll this.
He is.
The weave came off. The weave came off. Oh man.
Yeah, this is.
Look at. Oh jeez. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm telling you guys, the women are the ones who fight these days. They're so violent. Violent.
I'm surprised we don't have more brain injuries, cracked skulls. I mean, that's just whiplash. That's violent. Your head off the desk, the head off the floor. Oh,
it's amazing.
Can you imagine what it must be like as the parent?
No.
Seeing that?
No.
God, I pray that never happens to my daughter in school.
Let's go back. I'm gonna bring it back to the culture, the parents, all that. Let's go back to those 3 little kids that were caught shoplifting at a Walgreens. We don't have to play it again, Andrew. Thank you, though. Those 3 little kids that were caught shoplifting at a Walgreens. Actually, yeah, let's play it again. Do you think the girls that were fighting didn't start out like this? They absolutely did. They absolutely did.
It's just an escalation.
Roll this again.
Yep.
Roll this again, Andrew.
This is the Dallas Walgreens.
Like 10 seconds to open up this door. I swear to God, I'm gonna break this door.
They're in their pajamas, darn.
10. Open your door. I'll call my mama. Call my mama. Show been knew how to count, ho. Show 4 out of that. Dad do that. You can open the door.
I guess that's a female. She called her a hoe. Look, just.
Because they locked. So
Yeah.
This is the one. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Yep.
They locked him in because they stole.
You think there's any redemption for kids like this? I don't. I'm sorry, I don't.
The odds are against them.
You guys must be dumb. I would like that for with y'all. Do not play with it.
You do not like that, but you can't open the door.
Do not play with it. Open this door, I'll trash it.
In pajamas.
I will trash this home.
Yep. He would trash the whole place.
I don't know if that's a guy.
I mean,
it's a little kid.
Look at recidivism rates in America. The data's out there. The data is out there that shows the odds are these people will end up being repeat offenders. They will be in the system their entire life.
Yeah.
That's the way it starts.
Yes. You're 100%
I've studied this at Temple as a criminal justice major.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yes, a lot of what I say, with firing squad, stuff like that, I do it in a little tongue-in-cheek way. But I'm not joking when I say, like, no, like, these kids, I don't care how young they are. Throw the freaking book at them.
Mm-hmm.
There are some crimes. Obviously, shoplifting is not one of them. But there are some crimes, vicious, heinous crimes, that there's no coming back from. I don't care. I don't care how, like, they were only 13. I don't care. There's vicious, heinous crimes that some of these kids commit that there's no coming back from. Throw the book at them. Literally.
One of the things I would say is that nowadays, if you look at even look at how young these kids are.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, at the oldest one might be 12, but I would say they're more like 9, 10, 11. Mm-hmm. And it just shows you that basically you have to reach these kids before 3rd grade.
Yes.
And so if you think, and that's why I do go back to the combination, like Greg is saying, think about the parenting, think about the pandemic, think about the teacher shortage, like all of these things factor in. But these kids remind me of that mom that you showed earlier, I think this week, where she was with her children and had that same defiance as if you owe me this.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And these kids, these kids are young enough that perhaps if you extracted them from the home and said, hey, parents, we're going to take these kids out, get them some training or whatever. Otherwise, you're right, they are lost. But they have to be reached by, I would say, age 8 and or 3rd grade.
Well, I'm telling you because there's a follow-up video to this that I didn't pull because it's just it just hurts my soul. It is these kids with their mother on social media, basically like say we're not sorry for what we did. We're gonna do it again. We would never apologize. We're rich. Blah 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 blah. Like just no just no common decency, no common sense, and it all comes from the parents. So you're right, Dawn. They need to be removed from the situation. The problem is they won't be. So
Yeah.
And I also think the sad part of a lot of this, you have so many parents out there. Well, and let's just say it is a 2-parent household, and you do have the dad. And I don't know that there's one uniform way to instill discipline in a child. It's probably case by case, kid by kid. Is your kid able to handle certain criticism? Does your kid not take it that well? But and I'm not saying abuse your child by any stretch, but we do have parents that would like to instill a little physical discipline to their child when they get out of line, especially a dad with a boy. And we live in this world now where, teachers intervene or social workers. And I love my wife for what she did for 17 years as a social worker. Saw a lot of just disgusting stuff. But you know what? You give Bobby an old whack across the keister and not have to deal with the repercussions from people like, oh, how dare you raise your kid? Don't tell me how to parent my child, right? Like, I'm not saying, again, I'm not leave a well. I'm not saying you pull off the belt, but the old Al Bundy 5 across the eyes. Sometimes that can get your kid's attention. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, for my brother or for my brother John especially, if something happened at school, he would say, "No, I'll take the punishment here. Don't tell my mom," because my mom was Rosemary. Hot wheel tracks were awaiting you.
That was my biggest,
Hot wheel track,
not the belt.
Honest to God, that was my biggest fear of. Yes, I was a delinquent, and when I say delinquent, I really wasn't.
Yeah.
But I got in a little share of trouble. But the biggest fear put in me was the fact that I would have to go home and explain this to my mom and dad. That scared the living crap out of me.
And my dad got me twice, when I was 8 and when I was in 8th grade. So 8 and 14. And those two, I will never forget those two.
But now you have situations where the teacher will call the parents and say, "Hey, little Johnny was acting up." It's like, "Well, what'd you do to my kid?"
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't act like that. What did you say to him?
Yeah.
And they're like accusatory of the teacher, where my mother and father never took the side of me over the teacher. It was always the teacher was always correct. And it was like, "No, we believe her or him, not you, little skip."
All of my teachers were my dad's friends that they graduated high school together. So I was dead man walking.
That's true.
I had no defense.
True. It was a little.
Contrast that with now, and I do. Some of the listings have New Jersey as number 3 in the schools, and it was so some have number 1, some put Massachusetts and Connecticut ahead of it.
Yep.
And I wonder what's going on there because I'm looking at all these different rankings to our earlier conversation. But I will say, think about all the states, New Jersey, California being among them, where they were willing to send somebody from, a social worker to take children away from their parents because the parents did not want to recognize like the new pronoun of the kid.
Yep.
So they're willing to intervene and call that child abuse. But could you not argue that this example is actually the greatest child abuse?
Absolutely. One more, and then we'll make way for Dawn and her big 3 because I've yapped enough. This liberal activist proposes a $300,000 reparation for each African American.
How much?
$300,000 for each African American
nationwide.
According to her, roll this.
They owe each of us $300K. So I don't care how they get the money. That's not my problem. I just want my money. A debt is owed. You owe a debt. You have to pay it.
As she's about to shove something in her mouth.
Right.
Processed food in a plastic bag.
Look at this.
But what's the debt? Because why?
They owe African Americans minimum of $300K in reparations, according to this person. I don't know how we got to that number.
Right.
But she doesn't care how you get the money.
Right.
But
just give it to her.
It's owed to her.
Mm-hmm.
So
cool.
That's the other thing too. This entitlement. Everybody's entitled to something. Yeah. It's the culture too. It's this world of oh, you owe me this. Oh, you owe me this.
Yeah.
We don't owe you. This world doesn't owe you jack. You know what?
Especially in 2025, if you're like 55 or under, you're owed nothing.
Exactly.
If you're alive today and you're 100, okay, maybe you can have the conversation. But some of these people that just want the free handouts. But then again, I also love these people on the left that are like, I'm not paying back my student loans. So you want reparations for something that you are not a victim of. yet you don't want to pay back your student loan.
Well, Abraham Lincoln, for the record, did promise 40 acres and a mule. So land. Abraham Lincoln did promise land, and some individuals, freed slaves, in fact, they had the land, then it was taken from them.
Yeah.
But that's land.
40 acres and a mule?
Yes, sir.
It's the same thing my mother-in-law has provided us for the last 6 weeks.
Jesus, man.
A generous woman.
Well, you just mentioned that, so let me end with this. 28, Andrew. Sorry, Dawn, I'm not finished yapping yet. 28. This woman has an insane meltdown because of her student loan debt that she says has a 17% interest rate that she didn't know about.
Oh.
Roll this.
So as it turns out, the student loans that I've been paying $1,500
Can I ask you a question? And stop and rewind it. Listen to me. I sound like an old man. Rewind. Hit the rewind button.
Be kind. Please rewind.
Yeah, exactly. Why is she on social media crying?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what this generation does.
Yeah.
They're seeking victimhood
Support group.
Support group.
Instead of going out and doing something about it, getting a job, saying like, hey, how can I, we're going to go on social media and whine and cry about it.
She probably has a job.
Probably should have done better research. I guarantee you she went to college for a major that's worthless.
All right, start it over.
So as it turns out, the student loans that I've been paying $1,500 a month for 2 years have a 17% interest rate. So what I thought I've been paying off for all this time, I'm actually, I owe more than what I started off with.
Duh.
So, Jeff Bezos, this would be a really cool f***ing time to Venmo me, bro. I owe $90,000, and I didn't
Is this real?
spend that much on school.
Venmo me, Jeff Bezos, bro.
Can I tell you something?
Is this real?
How could that be?
I think it's real.
How do you owe $1,500 a month?
Because the Sally Mae thing, the whole student loan thing is a total scam.
It is.
It's a scam.
Yep.
And for education, whatever that looks like, whether it's tech school, whatever, they should not have. It should be interest free. Pay back the loan, but make it interest free.
Mm-hmm.
And they have these interest rates and this whole structure that's crazy. And I hope. McMahon, I hope that she, tries to doge this and do a redo, because people are freaked out. It's why Dan Borowski and Maisie, they actually put off getting married, if you remember, and they put off having their first baby, who's going to be born in October. Couples are putting this stuff off. That's crazy.
How do you collect $90,000 in student loan debt in 2 years?
Well, I don't know. I'm assuming, is she graduated at this point?
I'm not sure.
Because I don't know how it all works.
And 17% interest. What did she read anything? I owed, my student loans were $143 a month, $143.
But it's gotten worse even since in the past 20 years since you graduated.
And the interest rate is under 3%. Where are you getting 90 and 17%? Is she sure that's on her Capital One card?
And I don't know if it's Sally Mae, Navient, all these. The whole thing is such a scam the way they do it.
Wow.
It's just wrong.
All right, Dawn, I promised that I would stop yapping, and now is my time to stop yapping. So I think we should get into the big three next.
All right, big three's coming up, and then, of course, the bells and the whistles. And yes, you will still get a Today in Music History.
What?
8-share voice track.
Well, maybe Andrew should. Andrew's done a fabulous job today. Maybe Andrew should be doing
Let's not
Today
bombard
Music
him.
History.
He's got 2 more days to go.
Okay.
Let's weave him in slowly.
Okay. All right. He's already done something that Phil could never do, which was editing videos. Man. So I don't have to play them.
Which is amazing because they're both Yankee fans. I don't get it.
All right.
Back after this.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at EnduranceWarranty.com. Auto repair bills are through the roof. $3,000 to replace the transmission. $4,000 for a blown engine. And if your manufacturer's warranty is expired, you'll have to cover it all out of pocket. You need an Endurance Auto Protection Plan. No matter what the mileage, if your car is under 20 years old, Endurance can get you covered on the engine, electrical system, transmission, AC, drivetrain, and more. Endurance has plans for any budget. Repairs can be done at the certified mechanic of your choice, and they're paid directly with no middleman. Plans cover 24/7 roadside assistance, towing, battery jumps, fuel deliveries, tire changes, lockout services, and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Act now and get our elite benefits, including complete tire care and key fob replacement. A $2,000 value at no extra cost. With Endurance, you could never pay for covered auto repairs again, so call now for your free quote. Call 800-380-9012. 800-380-9012. Again, that's 800-380-9012.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply or play. Stop to opt out.
You work hard for your money, so why let traditional banks hold you back? At Current, we're flipping the script with banking that keeps up with your life. With Current, your paycheck does more. Need money before payday? Access up to $750 with a paycheck advance if you qualify. No credit check, no hassle. Also, the Build Card makes it simple to build credit with no annual fees or hidden traps. Members boosted their credit scores by more than 80 points after just 6 months. Get ahead. Get Current.
To get started with Current, text SPEND to 323232. That's SPEND to 323232. Text SPEND to 323232.
Banking services provided by Choice Financial Group and or Cross River Bank, both members FDIC. Paycheck advance provided by Fineco Advance LLC, a financial technology company, not an FDIC-insured bank. Product eligibility, availability, and performance may vary and are subject to change at any time. Using your credit card responsibly may allow you to improve your credit score. For details on costs, terms, and conditions, visit current.com or call 1-888-851-3177.
Harry, if you watch any more of those stupid financial shows, I'm filing for divorce.
How am I going to keep up with our retirement accounts?
At JML Financial Group, we want you watching your grandkids playing soccer and sunsets in Hawaii, not the latest rumor of a market crash. Surprisingly, with proper income planning, the stock market shouldn't even be a concern. The money came in every 2 weeks while you worked. It should be the same in your retirement years. Let us show you how. Call JML Financial Group today at 856-925-6674. That's 856-925-6674. Or at jmlfinancialgroup.com. So, when your neighbor's sunbathing in the front yard,
Harry, you're an idiot. Get away from the window.
keep your eyes focused where they should be, on enjoying your retirement. Securities and investment advisory services offered through Brokers International Financial Services, LLC, member SIPC. Brokers International Financial Services, LLC is not an affiliated company.
I'm Jalen Hurst here for Window Nation. If you're a fan of saving money, listen up.
From now through August 31st, you can get 50% off all window styles, plus 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 2 years. That's right, you could pay nothing until 2027. Call 866-90NATION or visit windownation.com to get this great offer. Tell them you heard it on 1210 WPHT.
Don't pay more than you have to for new windows. Call 866-90NATION or visit windownation.com.
Deborah Heart and Lung Center and Cleveland Clinic Heart Vascular and Thoracic Institute have formed a powerful alliance. Legends in Caregiving New Jersey Families, the most sophisticated heart team in America. Innovators in research and patient care who've made life better for thousands of patients, raising the standard for the next generation of care. The alliance between Deborah Heart and Lung Center and Cleveland Clinic Heart Vascular and Thoracic Institute means the highest quality care close to home for you. DemandDeborah.org.
Follow Talk Radio 1210 on Instagram and Facebook at 1210 WPHT.
9:33, it's Kayal and Company Thursday morning. Sean Farish will join us tomorrow for a Farish Friday. Still ahead this morning, we will find out what's on tap for the Dawn Show, what occurred today in music history, and also Jimmy Kelly's morning mystery movie clip, which nobody was able to identify and correctly answer yesterday.
Yeah, that's right. It was Pirate Radio we had yesterday, right? Pirate Radio.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Once again, another opportunity to get some REO Speedwagon. Who I gotta get
Sticks.
the
Sticks.
Yes, Sticks. Don Felder.
Don Felder.
There you go.
You remember Don Felder? He did this solo in Hotel California.
Woo.
Love that solo. By the way, the poll question is still up. It'll be up, and we'll give the results at the end of the show. Is cold coffee out of line? I said earlier this morning when Nick was doing a read for Wawa that you're a communist if you drink cold coffee.
Unless you buy it from Wawa.
Meaning ice brewed. Like the ice brewed coffee. Is cold coffee out of line? You can go vote right now. Voting, I think, is the most we've ever had on this site.
Oh, wow.
So it's the voting is hot and heavy. Yes or no, is cold coffee out of line? Go over there and vote right now. YouTube.com/@1210 WPHT.
All right, 9:34. Let's get to a big three from Dawn Stenzel.
It's the Big 3 and 9 on Kayal and Company.
Sponsored by Wisfis Bank and Bryn Mawr Trust. Number one, during a live news conference just this morning, we're getting some new information about those 5 soldiers wounded at Fort Stewart. This is in Georgia with that suspect, a fellow soldier, in fact, a sergeant who's in custody. That gunfire erupted at the Army base yesterday, prompting the commander to lock down facilities in the wake of that active shooter incident. Turns out it was one of their own. And this morning we're learned that as they investigate the motive behind this, behind Sergeant Cornelius Radford, we still don't have the motive. He had never been deployed to combat, no known disciplinary issues. So what was the motive of a fellow soldier to bring forth his own firearm and then shoot upon his fellow soldiers? We still don't have the answers, waiting for those answers this morning. But those other fellow soldiers who were tackling him, who jumped into action, they're being hailed as heroes this morning because they obviously, shut the situation down and nobody was killed. But we do have 5 soldiers who were wounded. They are recovering this morning.
So he just snapped.
That's Nick. That's what it appears.
No mental health history, according to anything.
No.
Wow.
This is, by the way, about 40 miles southwest of beautiful Savannah, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
So in this situation, 28 years old, had a clean, good record, and a sergeant, their fellow sergeant, brought his own firearm. So they're promising that, and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth is promising swift justice for the accused shooter. That's going on. But as well, all of these, they're receiving being awarded medals and that sort of thing. So we have that one going on. We want to get to the story as promised earlier this morning. And that was a story of a zoo that, in fact, is putting out an appeal to the community. Just gauging your reaction on this. This is making international news because many are saying, why would a zoo put out the word and say, please, if you have a pet that maybe it's getting older or a little sickly or you can't care for it, whether it's a kitty cat, a rabbit, a horse, we will take it because we need some basically prey for our wild predatory animals.
Wait, they're just going to hand off domesticated pets to...
What? Wait, what?
Domesticated animals.
Yeah?
No.
I've got a 5.5-year-old American lab who doesn't know his name from Kamala Harris. They can have him. I'll give them to you for $50.
This is a zoo in this is making national news. It's the Aalborg Zoo. This is Denmark, asking the public, please donate your unwanted small pets, even horses, to feed the predatory carnivores like the big cats and the lions.
Can we stop going to other countries? Honestly, I just close the borders completely. Don't let anybody in. Don't let anybody out. Let's just stay in America. Mm-hmm. It's glorious here. I love it here. Denmark, there are these third world. I know Denmark is not technically a third world country, but it sounds like it.
Yeah, what's going on with the Danes?
Yeah.
What are they up to?
Those Danes.
Hideous places.
Well, what else do you feed these animals in these zoos? You just can't give them scraps of meat constantly, can you?
Well, that's just it. They don't so they really want the tigers and lions and bears, I guess. They want something with the fur on it. So what they would do is your horse or your pet, they would euthanize the animal for you.
Oh, okay.
And then, so they would, humanely euthanize the animal and then feed it just like that to the
They're not doing like
tiger.
Like when Betty White walked the horse in Lake Placid down to the water and the alligator ate the horse.
I have it, and I'm not going to steal
What?
91 LSXer's thunder. My friend, I love you. He says, why don't we feed young shoplifters to the animals?
That's a sin.
No, he's right about this. Here's a way to solve our crime problem here. We take the criminals, ship them over to Denmark, and let the criminals be the prey.
Actually, I'll
for
throw
these animals.
another wrinkle in. Send them first to Alligator Alcatraz in Florida, and if they say the conditions are inhumane, well, then you go to the Danes.
I like it. I'm all for it. Not animals, because animals are harmless, and they're sweet creatures. But these little punks and thugs on the street, yeah, feed them to the. I love that idea. See,
you missed your calling. You should have been in I don't know, a federal penitentiary where they do the electrocutions and stuff.
I didn't come up with that idea. That's 91 LSXer.
Imagine Stalker there being the guy that flips the switch and starts yelling.
Oh, I would love it. There was a guy yesterday that complained, or that his family or something complained that he got the lethal injection. I don't know if you guys saw this story.
It hurt.
Yeah.
And it hurt. And then you're like, oh, wow, that sounds kind of cruel. And then you realize that he killed his girlfriend and her 2 children, who are 9 and 6, in cold blood. Yeah. And then I thought, well, I'm good. I'm glad it hurt. Yeah. And maybe we should have made it hurt more.
Yeah. It's called lethal injection.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like taking a gummy.
I think lethal injection, honestly, is too kind.
It's probably the most humane way, right?
Yes, absolutely. It hurts. Good.
As we think about number 3, as we think about the NFL preseason, Philadelphia Eagles and the Bengals this evening, what is a former Philadelphia Eagles player doing? Well, he's selected for I guess you could say, a different type of a roster. He's on that roster. Brandon Hughes, you may remember him. He's on his way to becoming a Falls Township Police Department new officer.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah. He spent 5 years playing pro football at the cornerback position, if you remember him, 3 years with the Eagles. And so, after his playing career, he had opened a gym. He had done other things, but he wanted to pursue becoming a police officer. So this week, he's doing the training academy and doing the orientation. And so he will become actually an actual police law enforcement officer at the Falls Township Police Department.
So he'll be looking forward to being disrespected by Democrats. And so basically, Merrill Reese, your thoughts?
That is called stupid.
Correct.
Merrill.
So congratulations, a real role model. So we certainly, after the defund the police movement, need more role models to encourage young men to go into police and law enforcement. We are sponsored by Wisfis Bank and Bryn Mawr Trust. Where there's a Wisfis, there's a way. At WSFS Bank and Bryn Mawr Trust, your goals matter. Discover local expertise with national capabilities, all with the personal service you deserve. WSFS, we stand for service. That's your big 3.
All right, Dawn, thank you very much. Coming up next, our morning mystery movie clip today in music history and a preview of The Dawn Show on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
With summertime here, keeping your home cool and efficient, obviously it's paramount, and that's why I always have my guys at Marvin E. Cans Heating and Air Conditioning out to get our AC units summer ready. For every season we do this. Take my advice. Get your AC unit serviced this summer. If Marvin E. Cans feels your unit needs to be replaced, they're going to give you an honest assessment at a fair price. I can tell you that. And install a high-efficiency Trane AC unit. That's Trane, Trane. Hard to stop a train, as they say. Visit my guys, marvinecans.com, Kanze.com. Marvin E. Cans. Tell them Dawn sent you.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well,
I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/radio to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/radio for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aid.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
The markets are once again near record highs, but only after a steep 20% drop in April. So many investors are afraid of missing out on market growth that they forget the cardinal rule of investing: buy low and sell high.
Carl Beckers,
Marilyn Beckers, Malvern, Pennsylvania. Now that the market is high, it is the perfect time to get into crash-proof retirement.
Being with Crash Proof Retirement this year allowed us to earn 13% and as high as 20% returns on our investments.
A gain on Wall Street is only on paper. With Crash Proof, your interest is credited to the account, it becomes part of your principal, and it never goes backward.
There is a proven path to market-like returns without any of the risk. Schedule an appointment or register for our next event at Downingtown Country Club, August 20th, 800-722-9728 or crashproofretirement.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
When my business was taking off, our old phone system just wasn't cutting it. We needed fewer missed calls, more flexibility, and better visibility into customer conversations. That's when I found OpenPhone.
OpenPhone is the all-in-one system for small businesses and growing teams. Manage multiple numbers from one device, work seamlessly as a team with shared numbers, and stay organized with AI-powered call transcripts, summaries, and next steps, so nothing gets missed and your team responds faster. OpenPhone integrates with tools you already use, like Slack, HubSpot, and Zapier, so everything's connected and efficient.
Having tried just about every relevant small business phone system, OpenPhone is truly in a league of its own. It's now essential to how we run our business, and I couldn't be happier with the value it brings.
See why over 60,000 businesses trust OpenPhone. Try OpenPhone for free at openphone.com/free and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's openphone.com/free. openphone.com/FREE.
Hey, this is Larry Steinitz with Investor Schooling. I've been talking about myself for all these years. Now it's time for you to hear from one of our great clients.
Investor Schooling lives up to the promises. Larry's a great teacher, teaches about the whole new approach to thinking about money. taken to heart many of the things that he's taught me, and my financial life has improved.
Come to Investor Schooling, and you could be just like Charlie and change your financial life. Go to investorschooling.com. We will see you Thursday.
I'm Jalen Hurst here for Window Nation. If you're a fan of saving money, listen up.
From now through August 31st, you can get 50% off all window styles, plus 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 2 years. That's right, you could pay nothing until 2027. Call 866-90NATION or visit windownation.com to get this great offer. Tell them you heard it on 1210 WPHT.
Don't pay more than you have to for new windows. Call 866-90NATION or visit windownation.com.
With so much uncertainty in the world today, you may find yourself wondering, is now even the right time to retire?
And so many people are waiting, and those folks are going to be waiting a really long time, I hate to say, because there's no perfect time. The market is always unpredictable and volatile.
Fortunately, Jim Cipriotti has been helping get people to, through, and beyond retirement for over 25 years. And each week, he wants to help give you that freedom to retire. Listen to Freedom to Retire with Jim Cipriotti, Saturday mornings at 9 and Sunday afternoons at 5 on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
You can now tune in to Talk Radio 1210 WPHT on the iHeartRadio app.
Yes, you can. Kayal and Company, 1210 WPHT. Odyssey app, iHeartRadio app, YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, 1210WPHT.com.
By the way, the iHeartRadio app is very cool because it has that dashboard feature. So if you put it up in your car, like, you know, with the CarPlay, you can have it, like, you can put 1210 WPHT as one of your presets.
Yeah.
So you can have that up there, and 1210 can be one of your presets on there. So it's a very cool feature to have on the, and of course the Odyssey app has the rewind feature. So
there you go. Tucker with a musket. All right, let's find out what Jimmy Kelly's morning mystery movie clip might be.
And now, the morning mystery movie clip on Kayal and Company. Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
He taught me how to do the sleeper hold like Chief J. Strongbow.
That's nice. Anything else?
He taught me how to on a building.
Really?
And he taught me that Styx was one of the greatest American rock bands. And they only got a bad rap because most critics are
Well, I think we'd all agree with that.
Oh, Layla, she was hot.
Think you know what it is? Be call it 12 at
That's gonna be my son.
839-1210, and you could win this great prize.
Again today, a pair of tickets to see Styx and Kevin Cronin from REO Speedwagon plus Don Felder at Freedom Mortgage Pavilion. Tomorrow, folks. Friday, August 8th. So if you can't go tomorrow, don't be a prize pig. For tickets, visit Ticketmaster.com. Caller 12 right now. 855-839-1210. And the movie is not named Little Dylan. All right. Without further ado, let's weave our way in.
Hang on one more time.
To 8Share. And today in music history.
What happened on this day in music history? Music history on Kayal and Company.
Today, August 7th, we celebrate the birthdays of Bruce Dickinson from Iron Maiden. A heavenly birthday shout out to Pete Way from UFO and B.J. Thomas. We also lost Jack Russell on this day a year ago. Albums include Mirror Ball by Neil Young in 95 and Angels and Devils by Fuel in 2007. Also in 2017, a prehistoric crocodile was renamed in honor of Lemmy from Motorhead. In 2008, Elvis's peacock jumpsuit sold at auction for $300,000. In 82, Fleetwood Mac would top the album chart with Mirage. In 65, Herman's Hermits was atop the singles chart. And in 2008, the Police wrapped up their reunion tour. But lastly, on this day in 96, ZZ Top's album Eliminator is certified diamond for sales of 10 million copies in the U.S. For Kayal and Company, I'm Phil Lundquist.
It's amazing. The magic of radio. You didn't even see him deliver it today, did you?
By the way, I just want to say this for those of you who voted. Thank you very much. I think this is the most voting we've ever had on a YouTube poll. Is cold coffee out of line? 56% say no.
Coffee talk.
Another win for Linda Richmond.
44% say yes. Thank you to everybody who voted on that. I still think you're all wrong. or at least 56% of you, there's no place in this world for cold coffee. Thank you.
All right. Let's see if we have our winner. Keith is in Southampton, and he's identified the movie. Keith, what did we just play for you?
And you played Big Daddy.
That is correct. Yes. Adam Sandler, 1999. Keith, you are going to see Styx tomorrow night.
Awesome.
Congratulations, bud.
Thanks,
Enjoy your night out. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com. All right. We're sold out for the Dawn Show. No tickets are left because we are packed, and we find out what she has lined up 6 minutes from now.
Yes, so you don't want to miss Dr. Robert Malone because he's a physician, a virologist, and somebody who actually has made historic advancements with working with the mRNA technology. So this is the great piece of being live and local. So we talked about this yesterday throughout the day. This morning, Nick continued that with his big take. And we're going to continue on with a reaction and get some facts because that's really what we want when we talk about the tangled history of mRNA vaccines and technology and get right to it with the RFK HHS announcements. That's at 10:30. Must listen, okay? Off the top, we're going to update you on a couple of names. Michael Strange, this week, an important commemoration. We'll talk about that investigation and where they are, and as well, what's going on right now in Georgia with these heroes being recognized, but why would a fellow soldier snap? In fact, a sergeant. So we'll take a look at all of that. Dean Cain, ICE recruitment. Dan Borowski wants to know if I'd want one of my sons to join ICE or local law enforcement. Man, are we crazy booked. And Beth Ann Rosica as well, the latest on education as we continue that conversation. So here we go, passing on the baton and doing a deep dive into some of the issues that we continue to follow with the very latest. Of course, President Trump, he's having a busy day too. We'll talk tariffs and all that.
Dawn, you do realize if your boys are going to go serve and work for ICE, you have to stop breastfeeding them and let them out of the car seat, right? That's a prerequisite. I'm just saying. All right, that's going to do it for us. Stay tuned. Dawn is up next. Of course, tonight we have
the Eagles.
I'm going to take the Eagles plus 6.5 in a preseason game because, well, it's either that or hanging out with my in-laws. So I'll gamble on preseason football, and we will see you tomorrow.
Good night, everybody.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts